this guy right here needs no introduction. You know, if you guys have been following Destiny and Destiny PvP for a while, this guy is the definition of an OG. You know, certainly someone that I've looked up to in the community for a while. You know, like true. Everybody I feel like has, if you're like a PvP main and you've been rocking PvP since D1, you know, everybody has that story, right? Where you run into true in trials, you know, when you run into true in trials. And you know, like it could be the true is stacked that day, or maybe not, you know, it just depends. I don't know what was going on that day, but what was the name? It was Firebase Delta. Is it Firebase Delta? Is that what it's called?
There's well, is D1 or D2?
D1.
So Firebase Delta, Delphi.
Firebase
Delphi.
Yeah,
I actually like that map.
I like that map a lot as well. You know, like I'll say this again because I don't want to get too long into this, but you know, we haven't talked on the comms. Of course, we're mutuals on Twitter, and we've gone back and forth quite a bit. Yeah. So I just remember like running into you, and it certainly was not as good as I am now at PvP. It was definitely when I was kind of fledgling and starting out myself.
Okay, fledgling.
Fledgling, most definitely. Trying to get a little bit better at the game myself. And I caught you and your squad on Firebase Delphi and got actually trashed.
Oh yeah,
actually trashed.
Belated GGs.
But yeah, appreciate that. It's years in the making, but I appreciate that, you know. So I just feel like everybody kind of like if you've been playing Destiny 2 for like, I'm sorry, Destiny 1 or Destiny 2 for a while, especially, are you on PlayStation or Xbox? You're on PlayStation, right?
I'm on PlayStation these days. Yeah, PS5. Yeah.
Gotcha. Then yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you probably ran into the homie, you know what I'm saying, at some point in time, and caught one, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and say you probably caught one. but
Maybe,
big love.
I don't know.
Big love, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing your time with us today. I know you got a busy schedule.
Yeah, no problem.
And so for folks that, let's see, I always have the blurb, and I just prefer to read it. Folks are new to Community Customs. Community Customs are where I spectate through the eyes of 6 improvement-focused PvP players of my community, one by one, during custom matches, and give constructive feedback and praise on individual and team plays. And so the objective is just to give back and share my experience with my community, the community at large, and the experience of my friends as well. My friends, peers, other content creators, other players. They don't necessarily have to be content creators. They usually are, but you know, other great players who are just also, you know, great people, because that's, you know, who I like to kind of surround myself with. So so without further ado, we have 6 of my community members here today: Bakes, Chris, Daint, Dree, Gwen, Medwing, Song, of course, as well. And so we'll just rotate through. They'll be playing a private match. We're gonna start with Bakes. Bakes, if you don't mind starting your stream up in Discord. The swing, how it's gonna go is that we're going to spectate during custom matches. It's going to be trials format, you know, so the only real rule here, you know, is don't bring anything that you wouldn't bring into trials, and that's basically sunset weapons, right? But otherwise, sure, you know, as True says, play your way, you know, play your way.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, whatever you want to do, nothing's grimy. Of course, I might poke at you a little bit here and there, especially if I know you, you know what I'm saying? Say, hey, that's a little dishonest, you know, but it's all in good fun. And I just want to help folks to prepare a little bit better for, you know, the game modes that they enjoy playing. Get a little bit better at the game, no matter what class they're on, what subclass they're on. Get that gun game up, that movement up, and that positioning, that game sense. So we're going to spectate through the eyes of Bakes. Once Bakes finishes playing, once, you know, they finish playing that first game, then True's going to take the lead. He's going to give that constructive feedback and praise. I'll fill in if necessary, and then we'll rotate to the next, and we'll just keep it moving. So thanks everybody for being here again, and especially, of course, to True for blessing us with the time today. So let's
Happy
get
to be here.
to it. Yeah, man. We're pulling up the stream now. Sure it's full screen. Let me see. Bakes, remember, you can, why don't you restart your stream? It doesn't have to be at 1080p 60. It can be at 720 30, because I don't want to like impede your actual game performance on the game. We only need 720 30, and that's for everybody as well. Like, we only need 720 30.
That baby's a beast, but I got you.
Yeah, I just want to keep it standard. I mean, if you want to run like 70, then that's fine. As far as 60 FPS, that's fine. If your PC's a beast, but
That's pretty well.
bet. Let me. They changed this. Give me 1 second. Show not. All right, cool there. How can I continue to blow this up? I swear, updates all the time, and they'll change something. And I guess we will. Oh, there we go. Nice, got it. Blew it up. Cool. Let's get to it. Is everybody like? I see we got some people that are muted and deafened. I'm muted.
Here.
Everybody's here. Okay.
Yes. Well, I'm here.
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
guys. Happy Monday.
Okay. Make sure that you join up on Bakes. Bakes has put his code.
In the Discord?
Yeah, in the Discord. But if you're on console, does that mean that Bakes needs to send you an invite?
I can add the Bungie name.
Yeah, that's fine. It's in the Discord scrim channel.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. Okay, I see it.
Yep. Let's get everybody in there.
Message.
Are we also missing Medwing? Or is Medwing in there?
Yeah, she's in.
She's in? Okay.
I know she did a
She's the
mic
squeak.
check.
Oh, a 6 foot tall Screeb. So who do we have that's not in? It's just Dree and
I'm here. I'm about to join in a sec.
Dree and Daint.
Oh, no.
I am. Give me a second here. It says that I can invite Bakes to a fire team. I'm just not able to join his fire team.
A stand to friend request.
Yeah, I can invite, or I can do these things.
I'm listening.
Yeah, and Bakes, if your fire team's not open, just go ahead and, well, I mean, I guess it's probably not a big deal now.
It's all
Oh, it is.
public.
It is
Should be
open.
good.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
No, Shaw, that's actually your name. I'm done. I thought I was just messing around.
Nice.
I thought you guys were trolling her.
All right, so we're gonna run it.
That was so funny.
You know what? We're gonna go women against men. That's what we're gonna do.
Wait, what?
We're gonna run women against men. We're gonna see how that
Okay,
goes. Run them.
I don't know
Y'all
why
got
you were trying to
this.
get run over like that.
No, I mean, shit. If I was there, I would definitely get run over. But I'm just saying. So it'd be a 6 foot tall Screeb, Dree, and Daint on one team, and then Bakes, Gwen, and Lord Ravon on the other. Let's go ahead and get that split up as quickly as possible, and then we'll get started. And then Bakes, you made sure that all the settings were correct, specific for elimination.
Yeah, we got Eternity, Elims, round time 130, right?
I think they did switch it down to 130, so it's probably better. Yeah. Rounds to win 5, and then team revives are regular. Yep. Okay. Yep. Cool. We'll just wait for. Was that Chris? Chris, can you switch down? Can you flip down teams? Nice. All right. Cool. True, you ready?
I'm all set.
Get the infamous pad out, and let's get it. Bakes, you can start it up when you're ready. All right, welcome everybody. It's good to see you. Good to have you. Make sure in the Discord that the 3 people that are not on Bakes' team, so the women, if you guys don't mind switching down to the Scrim B channel so that you don't hear the call outs and they can't hear yours.
Good idea.
Yep. All right, so anybody that is in the stream, if I need to, first of all, I haven't had the opportunity to say hello too much. It's good to see you folks. I apologize, I won't be able to catch too much of the chat while we're doing this here, but I'll check in as much as possible, of course. If I need to turn the chat up or down some, let me know. If I need to turn the game volume up or down any, let me know so that everything is nice and cozy for everybody. I'll be checking the chat to see the feedback.
Wait a minute, I heard a girl voice.
Yes.
Hold on, I think the comms are all screwed up. Are we good?
I got the comms. You just worry about the gameplay.
Okay.
Fractifist.
One shot of me.
One. I wasn't expecting to get mapped like that. That Fractifist got some fucking range on it.
I don't even remember this map. I have no idea what to do on here, to be honest.
Yo, thank you so much for all the follows. Thank you for the resubs. Appreciate you folks. 9 months, Dave. I see you. Like I said, let me know. Somebody in the chat, especially one of the regulars, if you guys don't mind, let me know that all the sound sounds good.
Right. You got a res over here.
I don't know what the other one is.
Nice. I will participate next round.
I miss hearing Shaq's talk. Need to give him some more voice lines.
Eventually.
They gotta like this area out here, and they kind of bunch up too, so...
Link coming your way, Biggs.
Yeah, I see it.
On me.
Got one.
I'm absolute. They caught me.
Where they at?
Naded the res.
Slow. They're pushing.
Did you duck shuriken? I'm upset.
They're bored. They should have played the res there. They got a res. I'm surprised they haven't caught on to the what's it called? The hard flank.
Here.
This might have been good to try out that Osteomancy build. Ow, ow. Can I shoot that? Can I shoot that? I can't.
Heavy.
One way outside. She's alone. Nope, there's two out there. I really can't push.
Jeez.
All three out there. They are in my name. Stand for the res. Unless they push me.
I'm getting bounced all over the place. Can I not?
Nice. One left.
Nice. I'm seeing them push more often than not.
Yeah, they typically don't push. They reach a point and they just set
Just
up
hold there. Yeah. Try and set up shop.
Oh.
That one caught nade. There you go.
One tap. You ran.
And we
Grab
got
the res.
orbs
Grab
here.
the res. Grab the res. I'm covering. Coming your way.
That's right. Stop.
Yeah, he's peeking.
Back to the res.
Just wrap around.
Half help.
Try something else, man.
Nice, nice, nice.
This is also where I take the opportunity this first game to switch up teams if need be too. So don't get me wrong. I like to just see where the balancing is going to go. All right, first things first. Let's see here.
My God, my team is carrying. My goodness.
GG.
All right. Pulling everybody back up here. Yo, good job, everybody. I usually let that first game right there kind of like tell me what balancing is going to happen as well. So don't fret too much. Sometimes I'll let teams kind of mesh a little bit, and then sometimes it's obvious that it's rare to be honest, but sometimes it's obvious that things need to be switched up. So while True is doing his thing, I'll be kind of thinking about how we're going to switch up these teams. Bakes, if you don't mind just pulling up the final tally for the game, so that I can just be taking a look at that. And True, what you got for us, brother?
All right, I got a few notes that I wrote down. First and foremost, before you ever started the match, I noticed that you came prepared. That's obviously a big part of it. Like you could tell specifically what you were trying to do. You got the Renewal Grasps on, you got the Dusk Fields prepped and ready to go. You've got 3, separate stats at level 100 at tier 10. So, I mean, obviously the prep work that goes into coming into an endgame PvP activity has to be there. I mean, obviously you're set up for it. So that's one bit of praise. The very first round, before you ever knew what the enemy team was going to be doing, what their approach was, you had no information to go on. First thing you did was jump up at the hop up there next to that A flag, and you saw 3 of them side by side with overshields, and that could have gotten you screwed. But the very first thing you did, you dodge roll backwards and then lean into your build. You put the Dusk Field up top, where if they were going to push you because they were in a 3v1, they would have had to come into that Dusk Field. So you covered your butt really, really well there by pulling out and leaning into your build. So really good stuff there. You got down on yourself at one point saying, I'll participate in the next round.
Mm-hmm.
But when you said that, you were actually in a really powerful position. You were on high ground covering an enemy body. So I think you probably made the right call. Your teammates were in a 2v1. And you kept the power position and covered a body. I think that was probably the better play than running down into a kill box with them, because things can go south there. So I wouldn't be too hard on yourself there. Round 4, you had 3 elims while you had the low ground. So you played right up next to that wall. You played that really, really well. Not a whole lot to criticize in that one match alone. The only thing that I would even be able to call attention to is there were just a couple of times where you had teammates making plays, shooting their guns. You can hear the gunfire, and it's if you take a separate angle for team fire instead of the same angle that your teammates are doing, it takes away cover options for your opponents. So I mean, if you just fan out on the other side of a pillar and team fire with them instead of standing side by side, you can cover a little bit more ground and give them less chances to get away. That'd be the only thing I could say. Otherwise, you had a really good match there.
Yep. I'm gonna agree. Give me a second, just writing a couple things down to bounce off of what True said. I don't have anything additional for you, Bakes. What I will say is just some kind of like both team coordination and just like kind of overall game philosophy stuff. One is try not to be predictable, especially if you're the team that's down rounds. Like don't continue to take the same route and stack up. Try to be unpredictable. If you're unpredictable, then it keeps the other team off balance and doesn't allow them to continue to beat you out in the same type of engagement and location of engagement that they previously did for the last 2-3 rounds. So take the extra second to coordinate with your team and try something different. Try something different. And oftentimes, especially if I'm down, there's that phrase, that a wolf or a dog or some beast is most dangerous when it's trapped in a corner. It lashes out. It gets a little bit more aggressive. Sometimes that's what you got to do too, right? It's just a game. A lot of times if I'm down rounds, we'll take an unpredictable route, and if we were kind of on our heels and they feel that we're on our heels on the defensive, then we'll take a really aggressive push and try to push them back on their heels. It's something that most teams are not going to expect. Even good teams aren't going to necessarily expect that type of push, as long as you guys do it in a coordinated and like efficient manner. That's the first thing. The second thing is your pushes. You guys were getting some great drops. Medwing, your team you guys were getting some great drops, some great picks, but where it ended up coming apart, it was unlucky to one degree, because those picks oftentimes, at least a couple times, were behind cover for them. So it was just kind of an unfortunate drop of where that ghost ended up landing. But the more important thing is, like, that's just going to happen, right? So you have to make sure that if there's a push to be made there, it's a coordinated push, and that you all are all together when flying in, especially if it ends up being with the shotgun and that sort of thing. You could also try to isolate reses, try to Hold down reses with, nades is probably the most straightforward means of doing it. A status nade, such as like a solar nade or something along that line, to push them off of that res, so that you have some additional damage on them once you end up pushing and approaching them. So that's a great tip as well, is to get a nade on that body, push them off, push them back from that res so that they can no longer access it. And then on top of that, hopefully you can coordinate the damage that you made with that res. Even if that damage that you made with that nade, even if it's just a little bit, that's enough to most definitely push on and give you the advantage. An additional advantage because you've already got a 3v2. So those were the biggest things that I noticed, because it's not like you guys weren't getting great picks, because you definitely were at least a couple rounds. It was just kind of.
Could I add one thing to that?
Yes, sir.
For the girls?
Yes, sir.
The guys were doing a 2-1 split. They'd send 2 on one angle, and then one of them did a hard flank a couple of times and even called it out. He even said on the comms, I don't think they've caught on to the hard flank yet. So sometimes, especially with elimination, it's kind of like a game of Red Rover, where you kind of want to break through someplace and find where the weakest link is. And if a team is consistently doing a 2-1 split, sometimes the best thing you can do is just say, all right, everybody on me, all 3 of us, let's find the solo guy and just push him.
Yep.
Because then if you can secure that one pick and then regroup and have control of a body together, just because you all decided to bully one person, that could be a really strong maneuver.
Yep.
So if they're doing the same thing every round and they're doing that 2-1 split, if you could find the one guy and choose to bully him, you could be sitting pretty on top of a body with zone control.
I cannot like agree with that more. As the entry, like for the teams that I play on, especially if I'm playing, stacked with, other solid players, then I'm usually the entry like flanker. It's 2-1 splits are like you're not going to see anybody but like literally the strongest teams that are just ballsy as anything go like 1-1-1. Most teams are not going to, and I wouldn't even like split 1-1-1, all 3 coming from different wide angles or whatnot, because that gives the opposite team the opportunity to like 3v1 any of them. But you see 2-1 splits often. It's a strong take. And so exactly what True said, I'm the kind of the person that splits off and the entry fragger, and there's games that, I'm just like, I can't do anything and I get dropped and we go down 0-2, 0-3 because a team recognizes that I am the solo and they immediately push on me so hard that even though I leave myself the opportunity to have an exit point, which is what a good flanker does, they push on me too hard and I just die. And then, maybe we end up coming back because then I realize, okay, we all 3 have to stay together at that point, which is what's just, good teams are going to see that 3v1 is all I'm saying, and they're going to push on it, and that's definitely the 100% the right way to go about it. So completely agree. And yeah, unless True has anything else.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go in. What's up?
During the heavy round, I was really surprised they never picked up heavy.
Yeah, I think everybody's just getting used to what we're doing here. You can pick up heavy here, so as the game gets to like 2, 3, 4, 5 games in, like everybody will kind of see what the vibe is, and I'm not worried about that basically. But yes, it's to be played just like Trials, so definitely pick up heavy, do whatever you want outside of running sunset weapons. Anybody got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Bakes, you got anything? Anything you want to springboard off of, or you're good?
No, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Bet. Anytime. It's great to have you. All right, so we're going to switch up teams here. We are, first of all, going to end up spectating through the eyes. We'll look through, I'm curious. I want to look through the eyes of Medwing's song. I've been super curious because Medwing, I've been following her on Twitter as she's tried to really, really get into PvP. And she's strongly improvement focused, and it's just been great to see her updates on PvP. You should go follow her, by the way. And yeah, so we're gonna look through the eyes of Medwing song. Med, did you send me your Twitch link?
So I set up a different Twitch because I didn't feel comfortable streaming my
of course. Yep, that's just fine.
But I will go ahead and do it through the one that I set up. So
yeah, whatever's comfortable for you. Just DM it to Still Physics, the Still Physics in the Scrim A channel. That's my gaming PC. So.
Okay, if my phone will let me. Oh my gosh. I got a new Pixel and it's like so buggy.
Oh. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah,
True is
okay.
giving me the
Sorry.
eye, so that distracted me. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna post it in the scrims chat.
Okay.
If that's okay.
That's just fine. That's just fine. Yep. Perfect. Oof, me oof.
Me.
Me oof. All right. Why is this doing this? Oh, you know what? I bet it's like this. That's why. Wait a second. I don't know why my PC is deciding to do all types of weird stuff today. Oh, you know what? It's probably because that's a mobile link in front of it. Let me go to... Yeah. Take the... if you're on a PC, which I'm sure True is right now, just make sure you take the M off of it so that it defaults to the regular site.
I apologize.
No,
I'm stuck on my
you're
phone.
good. You're good. You're good. Don't even worry about it. All right, perfect. We are going to have, I wrote it down, the teams. I'm going to swap up. Where is it? We're going to swap up Dree, I think. What is that? What? Yeah, we're going to swap up Dree for Gwen. We're going to swap up Dree for Gwen. So that means it's going to be Medwing, a 6-foot tall Screeb, Daint, and Gwen. We're going to see how those teams go. So right now that means that, excuse me, Bakes, that's correct. Bakes and Dovahkiin need to swap up.
Wait.
All right, waiting on Bakes to flip down.
I got it.
You sure? You sure, Bakes?
Yeah. Mitri and Riven, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. Cool.
I'm playing with my mic.
Nah, you good. You're good. All right. I'll flip everybody down to the other. Don't worry about moving yourselves. I'll move you for you. All right, go ahead, start it up. Let's get it.
Are we playing the same map?
Yes. Same map for all 6 games.
Okay, play that.
All right, make sure those comms are hot. Make sure those comms are hot.
Did I get swapped?
Nope, you're good. We are all in place here.
I think for a couple games, so. Yeah, I'm looking kind of fit.
Elimination.
All right, I was just making sure everything's good. Athena, yo, thank you so much for the sub and the biddies. Thank you everybody for the bits. I'm seeing it, but you know, I won't be able to respond too much during this right here. So I appreciate you folks that are out there, you know, backing me up, supporting with the subs, the biddies. I do appreciate it. I see it. I'll try to give notice when I can.
Is it a rift? So you can dip back and dip in and out.
I got one behind us. He's in the middle.
I'm gonna stasis.
My God, so she's natural. Yeah.
I lost the...
Only one enemy remains. Don't let them catch their breath.
That was a goated melee, by the way.
Guardian
Yeah, one on our res, so you got a one-on-one.
They have a right there.
Damn it.
Oh, let's try. Let's try.
Cold snap will catch him. That cold snap is not that dependable.
All opponents
I
eliminated.
think everybody's going out
Your team
there
destroyed them.
because this girl have short-range gamers.
Okay, everyone. I don't think that's gonna help.
You're ahead.
Somebody
Break away.
to picture everybody in their undies.
Go left here. Don't go up there.
Yeah. I think we just go far left.
I should probably run turns here.
They're in the dark tunnel, just throwing nades at random.
There's one in tunnel right here, to the right. I'm watching that.
I got a pick.
Yellow.
Nice.
Watch the tunnel.
I got paid. The pick is in.
I can get
Only
there.
1 minute left.
Okay.
It looks like we're getting wrapped around on. Frozen.
Maybe
They're
not.
big split. Somebody's alone behind us. Now you gotta fix
He's
this
one shot. I'm gonna push this.
guy.
Your
Oh,
teammate
he got all
is
the bodies.
alone.
Okay.
Nice
Let
shot.
them focus.
If you can kill.
Stupid. I hate this thing. It's so annoying.
You've lost this round, but victory
Oh
is
yeah,
still in
ladies and
reach.
gentlemen,
Take
It slows you.
we do have a match. We do have a match.
This tie won't
All right, I'm
last
gonna
for
turn.
long.
I'm gonna turn the game sound down
I don't like this
just
side. We should go
just
straight
a little bit.
right.
just a little bit.
Want to go straight, right?
Yeah,
Like
like
tunnel if you don't meet them up at that table.
Okay.
I feel like the game sounds was a little bit too loud. I don't want it to overshadow the
you're
comms.
handling that flank.
yeah. They're watching me right here.
Somebody watching table. They are
I'll play
split.
slow.
Yeah.
He's over there on the left.
How's it looking, Dre?
I'm looking good. They're trying to.
I got a pick on me on Biggs.
Damn it.
I'm pushing up.
What's
I'm
going
trying
on
to
over
push
there?
here.
Need help?
Yeah. One shot on me.
I got a body
Yeah.
here.
He's pushing over. He's
I'm
pushing
getting the
over.
res. I'm getting the res.
Team is down. Fight
That was
is
team,
dead.
damn it.
It's a one-on-one fight now. This is it.
I'm getting out of there. I
Yeah.
got a body over here. Let's control this.
I guess I'm with
We
you.
don't have to push them.
I think that's two.
My shots are still off right now. They're pushing mid. You can get me, actually, please.
Let's go.
One of you.
Great pick.
They're watching.
Can't
Not
help.
anymore.
Waiting,
split
waiting
up.
until she recovers
I
and
got
everything,
the-
man.
Last one's on our bodies. He's around the corner.
10 seconds. One opponent left.
He might be
They
going
don't
out.
stand a chance.
Nope,
No
he's coming
one
back.
left but you. Who cares?
Stop.
My res.
You have
That.
everything you need.
Damn it.
Ah.
With a
Nice
melee.
nice
Damn
try.
it.
Tiebreaker deployed.
Thank you, darling.
You made a
So
My
the
shot is
guy
a little off right now. My primary shot.
So that guy that pushed out, I had him
You put an
because he was
I'm
gonna come.
gonna
and
focus
fight us.
on my primary.
That's the only reason why I split.
You're
Are they doing heavy or not heavy? Or just not?
Yeah, if heavy is
Doing heavy?
contested.
I'm gonna push out far right. Watch that jump up. Oh, they're out far right. He's one alone right here.
That
There we
one.
go. Nice.
That one is to the back. Back right. He's
You gotta cover that
touched.
res.
How are they not dead?
He-
They're laggy.
Let's go.
There was a little laggy, but they died way after.
Hey, get the res. Get the res. Lit.
And
Alright,
then-
push this.
Alright, we got all the bodies. We don't have to push this too hard. There you go.
got that.
Nice.
Yes, they're still laggy. Okay. Yeah,
The match isn't over yet, Guardian.
no biggie.
Rally and fight.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Time.
Got this. I mean, we could play far right again. Not even gonna hold you. That was.
They
nice.
like playing the dark room.
They do. Be careful. That guy is running a grenade
Yeah, they're in
launcher.
tunnel. Hold on, rotate
I'll put
around.
One
Don't
left.
even play the
There's one
tunnel.
left.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Okay.
they got a nade launcher. They're gonna win that every time. Just rotate.
Wait.
I got one.
She got a pick. She got a pick.
Yeah, it's on left side.
Alright, coming back. Come on, back up.
We got another pick.
Nice.
I'm pushing from far left. You can go mid.
I got a question for you guys too. Just a quick second. Do you guys?
Trust them to get this.
Actually, I can't do it as much here. Actually, I'll have to figure that out for later. But okay, sorry about that.
As soon as my primaries warmed up, we're gonna be out better. I was missing a lot of shit.
Hey, you got the pick. That's all that matters.
Is ahead, but you can
I'm gonna
change
check that left real quick, but I'll come back to you
I'm
guys.
behind you. Don't go in the tunnel because they got that nade launcher. Ooh.
So this game is
Okay, okay.
much
I think they're
closer,
alone.
much
Yeah,
closer
you
than
probably
the
get-
last game.
Yeah, I
So
wasn't
it
expecting it. Hold
No,
on.
it's
looks
two
like
over there.
the
It's two. Be
team
careful.
balancing
I'm
worked well.
weak.
Put a nade
Help.
just so you can
They're
get some.
peeking that. Why? They're so
One of
weak.
them got frozen.
We have
Alright,
damage
so
resistance
I'm gonna
in
need
this
that.
field. Remember that. Don't.
I got picked. Soldier's tail on left.
It's okay.
Be careful,
There
it's
we
a
go.
slug.
No, we gotta get out of there. It's bad. It's bad.
My super's about to be up.
Trying to look. They're still in the tunnel. One.
I'm waiting for my super, dude. I'm gonna back up a lot. Yeah. I don't want to use it here.
Only one enemy remains.
Don't
told me I
super
wasn't-
here. You're probably not gonna win this. This 1v3. Just save it. Unless you can get a
Yeah.
Fine, we're up.
yeah.
So
With some
I
shots.
wasn't expecting the Soldier's Tail slug. Because I was a decent amount of space between
I
me
think we lead with
and
my.
a bolt wouldn't have killed me, but I had no idea they swapped up and went to a slug.
Yeah.
We have a tie.
I'm almost a super as well.
I'm gonna check here real quick. I'm just gonna bring it to their front door.
I'm with you on that, baby.
Taking the tunnel. They're alone.
Yeah.
I did not pay attention to that super. No,
Oh no.
we should have saved that.
I didn't expect. Yeah, I didn't expect that.
I completely forgot about supers.
From your mistake.
Same. I
Like-
didn't even get a chance to even think about mine last game. So
Shoot.
Okay, we're holding up.
Yeah,
Are we? Okay, I'm
Wipe the
small
smugness
numbers from
your
my
opponent's
super. I'll
faces.
play outside. I'll try and bait the silence. If you hear the warlock super, just run. He
Apologize, everybody. We were actually in the wrong comms channel. They won't happen again. Apologize. So we're actually listening to the other team. That's why the call outs weren't coordinated with this right here. Apologies.
Your team is down.
just run.
Dead. 1 minute left.
I couldn't. I had the nade on me.
Oh, it's all good. I didn't have enough. I wasn't even close to super, else I would have.
There is no shame in being knocked
I was
down.
small numbers, but I tried to run one way and met one of his teammates
Can your enemies
that he came from the other way. Damn.
crush them?
Nice game though. Nice game.
It's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Easy.
GG's all around.
GG's.
All right. Good job, everyone. Good job. Good job. I apologize. We're actually in the wrong comms channel, so we were listening. So apologies, True. That's why we flipped down and your cam went off as well. But let's pull that back up. All right. Blow the man back up here. Give me 1 second. Where is this thing again? There we go. Perfect. All right. First of all, good game. That game was much closer, obviously. So that was a good. I feel like that was a good team balance. I definitely saw some cool things. Some great things. It was just it seemed like it was a much more coordinated team effort on both sides. I saw people playing different everywhere on the map. I mean, you guys were pretty much everywhere on the map in different rounds other than basically spawn. So that was good as well, the fact that I was seeing some switch up. But True, go ahead, give it to us. What can we say about the gameplay today from Medwing Song?
All right, Medwing. Yeah, a lot of good as well. So a few things that I wrote down. One thing, just to be, I saw you actually. I don't know if this is something that you did on purpose or not, but round one versus some of the other rounds, it seemed like you made an adjustment in terms of like how close to walls you were standing. Because on round one, you were like 10 feet away from a wall while you were pushing. So if you got caught in the open, you had a lot of ground to cover to get back to cover. But then in the subsequent rounds, it seemed like you were hugging those walls a lot tighter and then using your rift on the corners. I don't know if that's like a mental shift that you made or not, but I saw that transition. Whether it was on purpose or not, I don't know. One thing real quick on round two, Dova at one point, it ended up not biting you in the butt, so it worked out. But I would say be mindful, because at one point you were with Medwing and you had two bodies outside near that C flag that's in the open area. You had two bodies there, and then you were in a 2v1 with the last guy, and then you split and chased alone through the dark tunnel. And if you had lost that, you would have left Medwing in a 1v1, you know, and so when you have a position like that where you have all the bodies and you have all of the control, you don't necessarily have to chase so hard. They just play the 2v1 just to play it safe, because it didn't, like I said, it didn't bite you in the butt. You won that 1v1, but if you hadn't, you would have left her in a really tough situation. Let's see. I would say this. There was a round, Medwing, that you clutched up. The one that you clutched up, you had like, I don't know, like 5 kills or whatever in one round, and it was superb. But one thing I would mention, at one point you're in dark tunnel and you're trying to get a revive, but you're also trying to shoot the two enemies that, you know, they just got a revive at the other end. And it was like you had to either shoot or res, but you couldn't do both. One thing that it's kind of a tricky thing to learn how to do, but if you can learn how to both get a revive and return fire at the same time, that's gonna be really, really useful for situations like that. But overall, you had really good primary shots in that round. You ended up clutching that one up. And at the very end of it, you made a really smart choice, which can be kind of a tough thing to do when you're in this situation. You had one of your teammates' reses. You were standing on top of it. You were in a 1v1 for the last kill, and you tagged him up, ripped his shields. And instead of staying on the body and getting the revive with no cover, instead you decided, I don't want to let this guy reset. I don't want to let him get a rift down behind cover. Instead, you chased that 1v1 down because you had the advantage and ended up having an easy shotgun kill to clean it up and win the round. That was a good choice. I see a lot of players, sometimes they're a little too timid to push that last guy when they have the advantage. They'd rather play it safe and get the res. But that can bite you in the butt if he gets to cover and throws a grenade on that res. Now you're weak, he's full health. So that was a really good play. I thought that was a great choice there. I might suggest switching to Axion bolts for elimination. Axions instead of the vortex grenades, especially on a map like this where there's a lot of space to work with. Axions will make them run away. So there were a couple of times where maybe you needed to break into a position that they had control of, and an Axion's a great way of making them move off of it, so you can follow the Axion in, get control of a body, stuff like that. I just think those have a lot more utility in elimination. But again, if it comes down to preference, if you're more comfortable with the vortexes, use them. But I don't think there was an instance where the vortex really led to anything positive happening during that match. So maybe try Axions and just see if those are a better fit for you. Yeah. Other than that, one other thing that you did really well, close to the end of the match, when you guys made the adjustment and went to the inside of the map instead of staying to the outside. At one point, your two teammates had a guy pinned down behind a box, and they went to the right. And instead of following them, you actually went to the left so that you could shoot that opponent in the back while he was focused on your two teammates. You pinched. That's superb in elimination. Mm-hmm. Good thinking there. Other than that, I think that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll agree. I'll springboard off a couple things that True said quickly, and then I'll give you a couple takes as well. One is I thought that you did an increasingly good job of exactly what True just said, the pinch. You know, earlier in rounds and also in the last game, you were a little like whether you were behind your teammates or ahead of your teammates, generally behind your teammates, like you weren't necessarily in it. Like anytime that you're on an angle, you still want to have the type of angle that assists your teammates or that gets you into an engagement. Something that I say all the time is if your team, if it's 3v3, everybody's up and your team is engaging the enemy and you're on an angle and you're not able to get in that engagement, you're late. You know, if you're on a flank and you're not in the engagement that your team is currently in, then you're late, you know? And so it's important, again, to make sure that you're in the engagements that your team is currently fighting. And I increasingly saw you be there on time on those off angles in order to get damage or just straight up get a kill. When, for example, I think Chris wasn't looking at you. You know, you got a superb flank. And he wasn't looking at you, and you just easily tapped him up before he could recognize that you were there. So great job on that. Great job on that. I can clearly see that you are the flanker. I definitely agree with True with regards to Axions. I mean, sure, like the default here in elimination is Axions. If you're on Voidwalker, they're just too strong right now. I wouldn't say too strong because that might allude to the fact that I think that they are actually too strong. I'm just saying that they are very strong right now. The reason why Axions, I would say, are the default grenade for a Voidwalker is they just have more versatility. You can do more with them in an elimination format, and like exactly what True said with regards to pushing your enemy off, whether it be off of a res or off of an angle or off of a corner, it puts them on their heels. And they have to make a choice. They have to make a choice of whether they're going to sit there and tank that damage and risk getting pushed up on, or whether they're going to run, potentially risk getting pushed in the back, or you know, get themselves out of position to the point where they can't, you know, continue to assist the teams or you know, engage in whatever objective the team is doing right then. So Axions most definitely. I would say that Vortex nades certainly aren't bad, especially because they're nice and they suck now, like the OG dust fields used to suck. So certain maps and against certain teams as well. Sure, I'm sorry. Did I say Vortex nades could be beneficial, but generally Axions. Now, I will say this because this happened. I've played PvP in like a month. I was telling people, but I played, yesterday or the day before or something like that. If folks are running a bubble, you can actually throw a Vortex nade on the bubble and it'll suck them out of the bubble to the point where you can kill them. That happened to me like a day or two ago. Yeah, I know. So that's something definitely. I mean, this is a regular old grenade that will be up relatively frequently. So that's one of the times I would say if you see a team that is hard set on, running the elimination round into the flag, basically where you have to cap the flag and they want to put down a bubble or something like that. Switch to that Vortex nade, suck them right out of it, and then tap them up. So. Those are the things I'll piggyback off of, and then I'll quickly just note a couple things. Let me see. I already said about the angle here. Great choice to, or at the very least, great flexibility that you showed in swapping from your hand cannon over to the No Time to Explain, which is arguably the best pulse in the game. When you recognize that it was these longer engagements that you felt like you needed to kind of take and engage in. So I thought that was just great flexibility just in general. I thought your hand cannon shots were on point. I didn't necessarily think that you needed to switch, but a lot of people are hard set on a particular loadout, myself as well, and will either switch too lately or just take an L because they refuse or they're stubborn and they don't want to switch their loadout to accommodate the particular engagements that the map and the opposing team are putting them in, So I thought that was great flexibility on your part. Let me see. Continue to coordinate comms. This is for both teams. Continue to coordinate those comms. Let me see. Great job. I talk about it all the time. One of the biggest skill gaps I feel like on a warlock that I just don't see enough people doing exactly what you were doing was preemptively placing a rift. Recognizing that you're about to get into an engagement and before engaging, placing that rift on a corner, and oftentimes on a corner out of sight from the enemy so that they don't even know the rift is there, which allows you to catch them off guard a lot of times. So you were doing a great job placing those rifts preemptively, whether it was a preemptive rift to actually get into a gun engagement or whether it was a preemptive rift to get that res that you got in tunnel. And so that was a great job and something I don't see enough. And the last thing is, what was it? Oh, something else. Just simple, but straightforward, something like you wait until you recover until you engage the next enemy. You drop somebody and you wait until you recover. It may seem obvious to a lot of people, but a lot of people will literally push into the next fight and they're not fully recovered and just get tapped up very easily. So instead of maybe 3 hand cannon shots to the head, it only takes 2 and it's going to take 3 for you. So great job on just being mindful of the fact that you need to recover fully before you engage in the next fight, so you drop back a little bit, not too far to the point where you can't actually jump into the next engagement if you need to, but you drop back just a little bit so that a nade doesn't hit you or something like that. You recover and then you re-engage to hold down that body that you initially dropped. So just great mindfulness there. So great job. You have anything for us?
Thank you. I don't know. Are there any things I could do better? I have a lot of issues in threes. I don't know.
I didn't see too many issues myself.
But okay.
So you
I
said,
don't know. That might just be my inner voice being self-conscious or just
Sure.
anxious or something. I don't know.
Yeah, really, it just boils down to play close to cover, close to your teammates. Make sure that you're involved. Don't let timidity keep you from getting involved and pouncing on opportunities because they come and go very quickly. But don't be too much in your own head because a lot of times hesitation can be your biggest enemy. But yeah, I mean, just continue to practice, continue to play. You've got a great foundation to run with, and then add on some of the suggestions that we just made. I think you'll be in a pretty good position to catapult yourself into further growth.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. And I'll springboard off of that again and say, often, like, so True said it, you know, oftentimes hesitation is the killer, you know. It's not about making, a lot of times in these elimination situations, these higher pressure situations, it's not about making the right decision, right? It's about making a decision, being decisive. If you're decisive, then whether it ends up coming out in your favor or not, you know, you didn't lose out to hesitation. You didn't lose time and ground getting to the position that you needed to at least get into the engagement, right? And then if it turns out well, then you double down on that in the future. If it doesn't turn out well, then you come back around and you adjust for that. But you keep in mind those engagements.
That's right.
You know, I tell people all the time, yo, Tony, you play, you know, like you play quick play for, you know, 8 hours, and then you drop into like sweats against some of the best people in the game, and still, you know, you're playing relatively consistently, even if tired at that point, but relatively consistently. And it's just like the same thing for trials. I could, like, in quick play, I'm literally just throwing myself into as many weird situations as I can. It doesn't matter, you know, like I'm just trying to throw myself in as many smart, hopefully, you know, engagements as I can, seeing how it comes out, seeing how my movement and my gunplay can adapt to that situation, so that, again, I can double down on what works and throw out what doesn't, you know. So that's always got to be pretty much like the mentality, and don't let the pressure get to you. You win, you lose. But if improvement is the focus, then it should be the focus.
Yeah, you have to make bad choices every now and then, so you can learn from it. Because indecision, there's nothing to learn from indecision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you didn't glean anything from it. But if you commit to making a choice, even if it's the wrong one, there's something you can learn from that. You know, but indecision, there's no value in it. It's nothing to learn. Yep.
All right, cool. Yo, thanks, Medwing, for being here. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime. All right, cool. We will now look through the eyes of Christie's. And I believe, Chris, you'll be streaming through the Discord. Is that correct? Chris? Oh, Chris.
While you get that set up, I just got to let my dog out real quick.
No, feel free.
I'll just let him out, run back down. I'll be real quick.
Of course. Take your time, man. You good. Chris! All right, let's ping Chris. All right, till Chris gets back, I guess we'll look through the eyes of Gwen.
Oh.
Yep. He's taking a nap, Dre? Yeah, you right. Apparently so. Come on, Chris. Come on, baby. Perfect.
Can we just load up a match to check on the stream quality? I'm not sure it's that good.
Sure. Yeah, Bakes, if you want to just go ahead, just hit start, and we'll just check until Chris gets back. Chris, you there?
Yep.
Chris, you there? Chris? All right. I'm going to assume that Chris is still not with us. Yo, Trav Nasty in the building. Yo, what up, Trav? Wildin' already, bruh. It's good to see you. It's good to see everybody. Thanks so much again for all the follows, the subs, and the support. I do appreciate you. We're just waiting on a couple people to get back, but we should be good to go here in a second. Hopefully folks are finding some value in, you know, the knowledge that True is dropping on us out here.
Weird.
Let's see, can I make any adjustments?
Thank you for the
Alright, so I'm not gonna have special for this round, so I will be playing a bit back. I swap weapons midway.
All right, yeah, Gwen, everything looks fine. So I assume you're streaming in 480 because you probably can't stream in 720. Okay, yeah, I mean, you know, we'll do what we gotta do.
Did I hear
Do they have grenades?
Yeah, we started over.
Yep, no, start it over, of course, yeah.
You need to start over. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Do I need to swap sides?
No, you don't. Nope. Chris, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you're back. Okay. All right. Where'd you go?
Oh, I was listening. My wife came downstairs. She was telling me about some things that was going on upstairs. It was kind of important.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, you know, I always
I was
feel
here listening, though.
well, happy wife, happy life, dude. That's 100. So I support it. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, I think we're probably good to go. Let's see. Is True back?
Sir.
I am. Yep.
Perfect. All right, bet. I'll move everybody so you don't have to move anywhere. I'll move the opposing team. So we got see, it's Gwen, Daint, and Medwing. Let's see. Perfect. All right. Let me see. Oh, I can't do that. Hold on. I'll do it like this. Ah, perfect. All right, go ahead. Start it up whenever you're ready, Bakes. Let's get it.
Oh, it's time.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Let's
All right. We're gonna be running. You know. I don't think I've seen anything in 480p in like a minute. You know. This is always the thing about these, man. I just wish, like, and I hope, you know, for a spectator mode, a true spectator mode in Destiny 2's private matches, that would be so fantastic, man. We could up the quality of these community custom streams, but until then, you know, I have to rely on everybody's own individual stream, which also, you know, like if we could spectate, then I could get more people in here because it'll be more accessible, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
Once I get a radar ping, I'll drop the rift. Yep. I see
Yep.
two going mid. One outside.
Fuzzy. That's 480p for you.
One in death tunnel and two on the outside over here.
1 minute left.
Got him weak on.
There's one
far right.
flanking behind us.
Yeah, he was.
Or at
weak,
least
he
had a
was
ping.
weak. Okay. He backed up. Push forward a bit.
Yep, they're pushing. Yep, they've. Flanking around.
You're looking at Dead
Got one
Man's
very
Tail.
weak.
Dead Man's Tail.
With you, Dante.
Yep, two.
He's got overshield.
Yep.
Got him
One's
one
down.
down. Let's push up. Oh, they switched to sniper. Dre's on a
Nice.
sniper.
10 seconds.
To the right, Dante, to the right. Step out
Yep.
that. Break the crystal, so he doesn't do it.
Tiebreaker is active. Take the point.
Where are you?
He's going for a res,
I got the res.
They're going for
They're
target.
on
Push,
point.
push.
This is it.
Yeah, they
Oh.
got it.
Oh, I didn't see that the point was up.
But you
Cool.
can steal back this fight.
Hmm.
You're down. Not out.
Okay. Let's try the same thing again, real quick.
Yeah.
I'll drop the rift here. Peek outwards. No pings on inside. Got one in the dark tunnel. Got one in dark tunnel. He's weak behind the overshield. One's weak behind the overshield.
I'm gonna destroy the shield.
Yeah.
Behind us.
One flank, one's outside. Both outside.
Only one enemy
Got her.
Okay.
remains. Don't let
Okay.
All right, I'm
wait.
gonna play this body.
Okay. I'm
He's
waiting
moving
for
to the right.
Yep, I'll move again with him. Is someone with me? Or we're going to cut him off?
I will watch
I'm
this
he-
body here.
I'm watching
Oh.
this body
He's
here.
pushing on me. I need
Okay.
someone with me. I need someone with me.
Yep, I'm pushing over on a left flank. Coming around back here.
He's weak.
Oh, he got me.
Nice games.
All opponents eliminated. Your
I got
team
very excited
destroyed them.
on the shotgun. So That's on me.
You're good, you're good, you're good.
It's okay.
It's a
You were in
close
the right
game.
place at the right time, that's why I cleaned up. Okay. Rift here. I see one going outside, I'll try and...
Pushing outside.
Yep, they're flanking.
Oh, he got me, he was too close to me. He was Bakes, he's
I'm-
pushing in, Bakes pushing in.
Oh, I didn't see them from that flank. My bad.
Oh my goodness, my shotgun didn't shoot.
They think they have you. Crush them with their own arrogance.
Okay.
You know what? That round was to
Seen
give
their
them hope.
strategy in action. Time to counter.
It is heavy round.
Move your round. Yep.
Okay. You can always try doing like a long flank since they like to.
Outside.
Yep.
Oh, there's that much outside. I didn't know that was a playable zone.
Snipers
Okay,
up
Bakes
top.
Pushing in. Bakes pushing in. He's alone.
Got him.
Nice. He done.
Only 1 minute left.
Pushing in on Bake's body.
I got stuck in that grenade.
They think they have
There was-
you.
That was
Crush
just
them
a
with their own
cluster.
arrogance.
Okay.
Adapt. Overcome.
Still not familiar with
This
the map.
round is yours.
I didn't know that was a pickable zone.
Let's try something different, like
Yeah, I'm good.
Mid?
I'm up for that.
long rotation.
Let's do that.
Yeah. They want to go outside. Let's make them have to come inside.
One on me, one on me. Two on me.
Only one enemy
Two down, two
remains.
down. Last one up, last one up.
Don't let them catch their breath. 1 minute.
All right, hold
Last
up.
one up. Push him. There we go.
Opponents neutralized.
Nice call on push.
Simple and clean.
Come on, we got this.
The score means nothing. Eyes forward.
If I break that crystal,
Try.
it destroys the dusk field. Correct?
No, it destroys the damage resist he gets from it.
Ah, gotcha.
He gets ×2 resist from it. Let's go back and their spawn. They're probably in mid. They are mid. Yep, I got a ping.
Only
Two,
1 minute
one to the
left.
left, one directly across. Sniper.
Oh, sniper. There you go.
Oh, no.
Your ally is the only
No,
one
no,
left.
no, no, no.
Bad on my
Trust
part.
them to get
He's
this
grabbing a
done.
res.
He's
behind
got
the shield.
overshield up.
Opponent left.
You can
They
grab
don't
res.
stand a chance.
Nice, nice.
One opponent left. They don't stand
Great
a
super,
chance.
great
Let's
super.
go. Let's go.
I'm loving the super.
Enemy
Grab the orb,
team
grab the orb.
eliminated. Tell them
What orb?
stay down.
Super orb.
We have a tie. Break it.
Okay. Let's go
can
inside.
try-
If they go outside, I'll super them out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, they're coming in. One is broke to the right, one alone to the right, two to the right.
Oh, sniper peeking outside.
Okay.
1 minute.
Super.
Your
Oh
teammate is alone.
shoot.
Let them
Hmm,
focus.
I was
You
checking
lost this
radar when he
round,
popped.
But victory is still in
That's
reach.
okay.
Take it.
In other news, I have a super.
Right.
Opponents have match point. Take it back.
Let's
from them.
all go outside.
Mhm.
I can finish them off with my super. I just need you to clean up anyone that runs away.
Got you. I'm on. I'm with you.
They're running. Got one.
Only one enemy
Nice.
remains.
Nice clean up.
Don't let them
Where's the
catch
last
their
one?
breath.
Radar pings. all the way back
Or
mid.
inside?
He's
Oh,
on B. He's on B.
1 minute.
okay. I'm playing the
Tag him once.
orbs.
Tagged him once.
Way back there.
Yep. He's bodied. Very weak.
Here.
Nice.
Got him.
Nice, 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 nice. Alright.
I just want to pick up my soul devourer so I
Because
can.
there's nothing
We
left of
still
them.
have a super on their side we need to deal with.
Tied at
It's
match
better if
point.
we go outside for their super.
Your moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We can escape fast, but just keep some distance between each other. He probably is gonna go outside actually.
Yep. Yep. Outside.
Got one.
He's
Inside?
all... One's inside, one's inside. Yep, he got me.
One opponent left.
Yeah, he's half health,
Thanks.
half health.
1 minute. Your
Oh
ally
no,
is
he's on
You can
res.
grab my res, you can grab my res.
Together.
Oh, no, he falls. Quick. He's behind you.
Oh wow. Let's go.
Oh my god!
First,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Go.
That's
I'm loving it.
crazy!
another match
That's
like that,
crazy!
and I
What a
cannot
finish!
retire this arena
What
for
a
today.
oh my god, yo! What a
my.
goated res! What a goated res! Holy!
How did you not die in that silence and skull on the
Holy.
red?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what
I was like,
was there
there's
well
no way.
radiance that I missed somewhere? What the fuck?
That's crazy!
Yeah, I know. Right on me too. I would like
That
to
still
thank
gives me
Bungie for this
damage
moment.
resistance.
Bananas.
That
Wow!
was a free rest. I know that would have been nice.
Wow! I'm
baffled on that.
right.
res.
I'm still
I
still
don't know- I
here.
don't understand how it happened. Like, it's crazy.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like,
On my screen it was 11%, then I was up. I don't know, I'm not gonna question it, I'm just gonna start.
Well, the
I
squall
don't
ended
know
up.
what happened.
shots in there. There's a squall.
The squall
like,
ended
how-
up dissipating. It did end up dissipating. So that was actually
But
kind
I'm
of.
still shooting it all. I put a whole mag.
Yeah,
in.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. The res in elimination are like really weird right now. They come up. They're really weird. But that was so clutch. You know what was great about that though? You know what was great about that?
What that says.
Be quiet. You lost that. You lost it. Like we all saw it. We all saw it. So, like I'm gonna let True go, but committing to it. You know, I tell people all the time as well. It's just like, look, if you're gonna go for a res, just commit to it. You know, I mean, unless obviously you get backed off of it, then you know maybe you don't want to go back into it, especially if like a nade is there or something like that. But if you're right up on the res and you've decided, it's kind of just what we said before about just like making a decision, being decisive. You know, just go for it. But also what
That's
True
right.
said, what True said as well about ideally you want to try to get the res while you're able to shoot at the same time. So if you're on PC, for example, binding your keys in a way that allow you to get a res with, you know, one key finger and then also, you know, shoot and move around. So for example, my res would be caps lock on my keyboard on PC, and then, you know, I can obviously move and shoot with my mouse. So yeah, but like that was the W for me, was like choosing to commit
This
to
is
the
how we
res.
do it.
Yeah, the
That's how we do
OG
it.
claw right there, the OG
claw.
claw. All right, what you got for me, True?
A few things. You started out with DMT and a GL, and you came in with a plan. Coming in with a plan is a big deal. You came in with a plan, that's great. You also made a really solid adjustment because several rounds in, you had no kills, no picks, no damage with the GL. You decided it's going back in the backpack, you know, and you whipped out the sniper instead. And you ended up with like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 picks that matched with the sniper. So that was a
Some
really
were
good
head-
adjustment.
Some
Yeah.
of them were headshots, don't discount the Rift. The Rift is for safety.
So that was a really solid adjustment that you made there. I would say there was a couple of times that you got picked because you didn't give yourself a good way out. Like you were focused on the setup, but not necessarily giving yourself a way out. So you had a couple of times that went down because you started taking damage, you had nowhere to go. So just make sure that you're giving yourself a solid way to pull out of a bad engagement if you get caught off guard. So the other, to have a note here for the other team, on the one round that went to cap point, I think it was probably, I'm assuming this was Bakes, you were playing Revenant, but on the cap point, there's only 2 ways in from where they were positioned, and you covered one of them with a dust field and a giant crystal. Like, that's some really good setup. They had no way. They had no shot at pushing you off of that off of that cap. Just because you decided to use a grenade on something that isn't going to do any damage, all it's going to do is zone and lock down that area, and that was perfect because that was their shortest way in, was that doorway, and it was completely covered. So good setup on that. There was one round, again, this is one of the situations where it didn't end up biting you in the butt, but there was one round, Gwen, where you were in a 3v1, you had 2 bodies, and again, you were really anxious to push that last guy. So much so that you went through dark and you chased him to the opposite side of the map. Where you were calling out, "I need help! I need help!" Don't feel like you gotta chase. The burden to push is on him. You have bodies, you have map control. You guys had control of the cap point and the 2 bodies. So don't be too anxious to put. I know you want to win that round. You want to close it out. You got 2 kills. You were feeling it, and you wanted to close it out. But don't be over anxious to chase that last guy. Because if your teammates aren't there with you and you go down, that whole round, all the work that you did to get in that 3v1 is out the window. So other than that, let's see, what else do I have here? At one point, you went down to Bakes. Bakes was kind of he was onto your floofing on the right side of the map. And he set up early, and you went up to floof with the DMT, and he picked you, right? And you called out that you went down. You called out Bates's location, but you didn't call out that the other 2 were there. So you kept saying, he's here, he's pushing, he's on the flank. But there were 3. I'm watching your screen. There's 3 guys over there. So he's pushing is not quite the same thing as all 3 are on the right. So they were looking for 1, and then they got pushed by 3. So just make sure that your call-outs are a little bit accurate there. Other than that, you landed some great shots. You had this one round where you had a great use of the Empowering Rift. You threw it down. You hit the headshot on the first guy, and then you rolled the dice for the second pick. You hit the body shot in the Empowering Rift and got that second pick. And you set your teammates up for success there to have 2 bodies down in a small location where it's easy to control. That was really really well played. Screeb had a god tier Nova bomb to win round 6.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to call attention to that. Yeeting the Nova bomb down dark hallway when they were posted up to get both revives. Like, that is analyzing in the moment. If I don't throw this Nova bomb, we might lose this round because they're going to get over shields and 2 revives. And there's nothing we can do about it other than throw a Nova, and then you clutched out the round. That was really well done.
It was a great play.
The only other thing was on your super pop, you got a kill with it, but you threw like 6 swords. So as a guy that loves Top Tree Dawnblade 2, those swords do not track, and they are rough. So and they take a lot of energy. So don't feel like you got to throw so many because your super's going to be gone real fast. But you had, like I said, great shots. There's a lot of praiseworthy gameplay in there.
Yeah, that was a great game, and came down. I mean, that's the best, right? Like, you come down to a 4-4, and then it clutches up on a 1v1, and then, you know, just a spectacular final play where someone just commits to it, and it ends up working out, you know, because again, it was you, Daint, right? You got the res.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you know, you were taking shots. You know, I don't know. I just got to mention that again. It's beautiful. It may or may not be the right decision, but you made the decision, and being decisive versus, you know, kind of hesitating in the moment, you'll come out on top being decisive. You know, even if it's a questionable play, you'll come out on top being decisive, like way more than hesitating and then trying to, you know, figure out what you're going to do and then make the move. So great job. I got to just reinforce that again, even though we're not on you, but that was the play of the game in my opinion.
Thanks.
Let's see here. I'm going to try not to say True covered quite a few other things that I was thinking about, so I'm going to try to skip over those. First thing I want to say is nades. You know, like I've said this before. Like, I learned from somebody back in year 1 named Fox, and you know, I would stack my stats into, you know, a variety of different things, maybe intellect, but you know, it was kind of just all over the place. And he was just like, yo, recovery and your nade, you know, and then think about everything else from there. You know, obviously, if you're on a hunter, you know, this is back in year 1 when mobility wasn't tied to your dodge, right? But even so, you know, you can think about mobility afterwards. But nade is just so important because you can end up winning the 1v2s, the 1v3s much more consistently if you're able to get some additional damage, especially on the second person. You can push people off that are otherwise pushing you after you've picked the first. You know, nades. But nades in elimination are dictated by reses and barricades. Right? So how you choose which nades you use is dictated by how they play effectively against reses, people trying to pick up reses, and people placing barricades, which is why status nades like solar nades are some of the best nades in the game for elimination. So that leads me to my point, is that right now you're using firebolts in order to float because firebolts have the lowest cooldown time for a solar subclass, right? And so you get it much more frequently. That means you're able to get in the air with the DMT. But that also limits you with regards to reses and barricades. And that happened at least once where you saw somebody, I think, in tunnel or you saw them behind a barricade and you threw the firebolt, but that's
the 2 picks. Yeah.
It's not going to do anything, you know? It's not going to do anything. You can't keep a res down. You can't do anything like that. So I'm not necessarily knocking you because obviously the playstyle, you know, with floating and DMT, you know, it's very strong, especially on a wide open map like this. But, you know, like, keep in mind, and if you're not running status nades, then obviously, you know, somebody definitely needs to be on your team for sure running it, because especially with barricades, people dropping barricades and getting overshields now, it's just really important. You were going to say something?
I think in the last game I called out we should use Vortex, but then True Vanguard pointed out that Axions are a lot better. I pointed out Vortex for the bakes, the what's it called? The grenades that he keeps throwing. So I pointed out that we need to keep our all our grenades vortexes to counter him.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure after Vanguard pointed out in the last round that Axions are a lot better, they made the switch, and so did I, coincidentally. So we went from all to nothing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, and you know, Axions. I mean, we stand, of course, by what we said with regards to Axions for sure. It's more just about like, you know, when you get into a trial setting, you're working with your team or whatnot. You're trying to figure out the team comp. You know, just kind of being mindful of that, just in general. Like, again, it's not as if being on your firebolts are a bad thing per se, especially when you've got Axions on your team. Or some other nade that's going to push people off of reses. But with how quirky, we literally just saw how weird reses can be in elimination. You know, it's just really important for you to push people off of reses, you know, because they just pop up. they just pop up like Jack out of the box. It just pops up. So, all right, let me try to finish as quickly as I can so we can get to the next. Make sure that you coordinate your supers so you're not double popping during a round. You can see, obviously, like, the best case scenario, I mean, that leads me to my next point. The best case scenario is to win a match with your super. Like, that's the best thing that you can do with your super, is to win a complete round with it. So first of all, that Nova was beautiful. That's exactly what happened. But, you know, you might have had an easier time the next round, you know, the final round, if you would have saved that Nova and coordinated the super, or saved the Dawnblade, one of the two. But coordinate your supers, which leads me to the third thing about supers, is don't get surprised by supers coming up on the opposing team. You should be expecting around like the 4th, 5th, you know, round or whatnot. You should be expecting that their supers are coming up. You know, if you really want to dig into it, inspect them ahead of time and see who's running really high intellect, then that's one thing. But I don't even think that's too necessary these days, just because of how the supers are now stratified as far as cooldowns, and supers just they charge very slowly, passively. People actually have to get that, you know, max 400 damage per round, or they have to get like a kill in order to charge it with the primary. So it's not necessary to be so anal about it, but definitely, you know, there's a certain time where supers start popping up, and you want to be able to anticipate that so that you can create some distance. Or if you don't have any supers up to counter it, at least, you know, have some sort of plan in mind so that you can, you know, you don't get caught with your pants down. So that definitely happened with the first super that popped. I think it was a Sentinel shield. They just, you know, it just came up, they immediately popped it, and then you just got tossed up around the corner, you know, with your sniper. try not to be. I think you ended up kind of thinking a bit about this later on, being too predictable. Like I said, you too predictable, then you end up getting clapped, right? And so if you're always floating in the air with the DMT, that means Chris is going to be behind that ball on the outside, right? And he's going to clap you with the pulse rifle because he knows exactly where you're going to float because you already did it the previous like 2 and 3 rounds. You don't like unpredictability is your friend. Unpredictability is your friend.
One thing I need to mention about this, one of the picks, he was on his far right, behind this big column next to A, to the right of A. I didn't know that was a playable zone, so I didn't anticipate that.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
I haven't played enough PvP to learn Eternity or Vostok for that matter, so
it's okay. Yeah, that's,
map knowledge comes hand to hand with unpredictability because you know where to go.
Of course,
at some point. I'm pretty
now
sure
you know.
Yeah, and in an earlier game, I was trying to go for a flank, thinking that there was a closer route than there was, so I just ended up leaving the fight, leaving my teammate alone, and not helping because I didn't know where to go.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. We're all kind of like, there's always some new little spot. Even the most experienced players, people that have been playing for years, will pick up after a while. Like, oh snap, I didn't know that was there. So no, like take kind of like the advice and the constructive feedback with a grain of salt when it comes down to, okay, well, I didn't even know that position was there. Obviously we're kind of talking with the assumption that you see that spot, but also this can apply to like anything, right? If the unpredictability, this is a general lesson. So yeah, so no big deal about knowing the map or not knowing the map. Let me see. I love the fact that we're seeing more long-range weapons and people are adapting to the map. That's fantastic. 2 more things. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, 2 more things. So remember when you guys got that pick and Gwen was just like, it was Gwen by himself and you two were still through the tunnel? And Gwen was just like, yo, I got to pick. I swear he was there for like 5 minutes saying that. And then finally, I think it was maybe Med ended up coming on the flank. You guys ended up getting that round or whatnot. But there's, like, I've said it before, it's just like, if you, like, especially if there's a body down, like, don't, like, just go ahead, come through the tunnel and just come exactly where Gwen is. If he's calling for it, take the straightest distance as a line. Because fortunately, you guys were able to still pull it out, but the other team might have been able to capitalize on the fact that literally Gwen was by himself. If they would have realized it by himself, a good team is just going to push him. Now they got a body and you guys are wrapping all the way around, they're going to get the res as well. Or at the very least, they have control over their own res and they can go ahead and pick up. So right. He's calling for help, or if there's a pick just in general, to be honest, if there's a pick in general, I got a pick, just immediately take the straight line to your teammate who just got the res. And then you guys go cover the res, together. Yeah. So, last thing is a positive, man. Like that Nova, somebody got excited on the mic. Hype up your teammates. Keep that team morale like high. Because people beat themselves up. We get in our own heads all the time. I'm taking L's. I'm the reason why I lost like 2 rounds in a row. And it's just like you get in your head and you want your team as a whole to come out, on top. You can't do it alone. So it's just like hype your team up. They do something great. Make sure that they know it on the comms. And you guys just use that momentum to push it into the next round, get the dub overall. So cool. All right.
Can I ask about one last thing before we go?
Yeah.
I know this took a while.
Yeah, one last thing because we want to keep it moving. I know True's got to go in like 45 to an hour.
Yeah, my callouts and being an in-game leader. Any comments on those? Or attempting, at least?
I thought they were fine.
True. I thought you did fine. Feel free to also ask for input from your teammates. But yeah. It's also, part of it is also on your teammates if they feel like something's not working. And at one point they did say, let's try something different. Let's try this, And so as long as you leave room for them to offer input too, I think you're fine.
Great.
Yep. Cool. All right. Thanks, Drew. Thanks, Gwen. Let's go ahead and look through the eyes of Daint. And Daint, you got a link for me?
Yep.
Just toss it to me in still physics.
Okay.
Or you can pop it in the scrim channel actually, so that True can see it as well. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, no worries, man. Wait, it didn't pull it up as a link. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. We can copy and paste.
Guys.
No worries.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
In Discord, it gets weird. You got to HTTP it. It's no big deal.
That's weird.
Yep. Just is a thing. Is a thing. I think it's to stop like spam and stuff.
You know, that actually makes a lot of sense.
It kind of does, right? It kind of does.
It's like they know what they're doing.
All right, cool. So we've
Increase
got Daint, we've got, let's see, so everybody else I'll pull down. That means it's pull up Chris and Bakes, I believe. So Daint, Gwen, and Med. Perfect. All right, cool. Let's get it. Bakes, you can start up whenever you're ready.
Is
All
it
right, let's go.
Dane, do you think do you have Ace?
All right. All right. Love the idea behind this. I used to put a bunch of time into the Crucible Sherpa subreddit. Very cool.
Ace of Spades, you can pull up.
Very cool. Yeah.
I do. Give me a...
I don't know. I'm just very, improvement focused myself. It's kind of just how I live life in general. And so it just naturally extrapolates to gaming for me and to FPS, to competitive play. Yeah, just a while back, a couple years back, I was just like, this is a great way for me to share my experience with my community, because folks started turning to me for, additional insights into improving their gameplay because they liked, where my head was with regards to it. So yeah. I'm glad you guys do enjoy it, and I hope that you continue to find value in it, because it ain't going anywhere. Usually it's Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern, but today we got True and it's Mondays it's Monday at 2 p.m. But we'll be back on Sunday next week.
They rotated in.
Yeah, I'm seeing 2N, 3N. Oh, back up. I'm
All right,
needed.
I do not like this.
One pork up to the right. Oh, one pork up to the right. Let's.
There's two over here on my body.
Okay.
All three on my body.
All right, we're gonna turn the game sound off for this one, because I want you guys to hear the comms. I'm not gonna explain why that's the case.
Over
on
there
the
to the
wall.
right.
Trying to
You-
watch
one
behind
tag on
us
the
too.
forward
We
side.
might have to rotate.
Yeah, let's rotate.
Yeah, probably.
They're probably gonna play point though.
Let's see what we can do about that.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, double Axion.
I might be screwed here. Yep.
That's my bad, guys.
No, they switched to a longer range and are playing inside.
Yeah.
So more aggressive. I'm assuming. I'll go Hawk one. Let's straight up push inside.
Yeah, let's do that, and then All right.
I got one on me.
He's pushing.
What is that lag?
Down. Whoops. Did not mean to immediately there.
Okay, last guy on me. He was down the hall. He's down the hall to the left.
I'm on. Oh, dang. He's on me with the res.
He's weak.
Yep, he is weak. There we go. Let's go.
I should have called out that flank. I just called out.
Nah,
his weak
you're good.
and didn't continue it.
That's okay. He was moving a lot.
We're good.
I'm sorry, Dainty. I should have pushed with you. I ran back.
It's all good.
Yeah, let's go
It's
back.
all good.
Let's try up in again. Heal. Pound
I'm gonna push up to here.
Got a pick.
All right, hold up. Oh,
One to the left, one to the right.
They're both over here to the left.
Res is exposed.
Yep. I'm in a bad
got him.
spot.
Okay, last guy in.
Oh shoot! I didn't. Oh my gosh!
It's all good.
I realized I got res.
I didn't know they got. Didn't hear they picked up a res.
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't even
wish
realize
I had
that you could move.
a rapid fire on me.
All right.
Okay, heavy round.
Are we feeling like staying outside? Because
We
this
need
is
to stay
heavy round,
outside.
right?
Yeah. We need to stay outside.
All right.
No tags on that sniper.
Nope. None.
Seeing one flanking to the bridge.
Oh, pushing to the
One
outside.
going outside.
Yeah,
One going
left.
outside. All three inside. All three inside.
He's low. Base is low.
Nice.
Alright,
1v1.
and-
1v1.
Then there's an overshield on my body.
Overshield going for res. Going for res. Pick up heavy.
Yep. Alright,
Never mind. both
they got
pushing,
all
both
three.
pushing.
Mm,
Your nade was a bit too far, but it's all good.
yeah, I don't know if I should keep fastball on or not. Shoot.
Fastball is good. It gets messy if you keep switching, so I'd say commit to it is better.
Alright.
Yeah,
What are we feeling? Inside, outside?
inside maybe.
Let's go inside.
They're coming through
Alright.
dark. Coming through dark.
They're coming through dark? Okay.
Bakes is low.
Okay.
Can't see anything. Very...
Have I mentioned how much I don't like the Mida multi-tool? On my body. Overshield.
Yeah, I'm seeing him. Here you go.
Let's go.
That's not good. I knocked off my thumbstick while doing that.
Really?
Yeah, this thing like it's loose now. I'm considering like gluing it on there.
Let's go outside.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm feeling outside now. They're also all the way back. I'm feeling they're playing supers now.
I'm glad
feeling
I'm
they
glad
play
that these games are
supers.
close.
One to the
They're
left,
going to be
mid.
pushing to the left here.
So I'm setting up the next commentary for you guys here. So
we?
I'm still paying attention, just setting up the next commentary here. Which means I'm also dropping a couple things in the chat for you guys to reference that I'm gonna probably
that thing
talk about.
has
Doesn't
very
work.
short range. Got some tags on the nade.
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing 1-1-1.
Yeah, he's all the way back. Let's maybe rotate
Rotate.
because
yeah,
they
rotate
have a
back.
lot of range on us.
Dante, rotate.
Yep.
Daint, sorry.
We're pushing back. Yeah.
Okay, they're not coming with us.
If we
Let's,
rotate.
contest the capture zone.
I'm about to get my super.
Okay. Mm,
Mm,
I hate this
Shoot.
bridge. Two pushing our bodies. Nice. Yeah, that was bad. Bad rift positioning on my part. Should stand next to the zone, to the wall more.
sorry, I should have been more specific. What I meant by rotate was like go all the way back inside and then come from there. It would have been their left.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're good. They have two supers now.
All right. They're going to be pushing.
One right, one left.
Yep,
I'm seeing.
Going to be going
Yeah,
down
one left.
dark. I don't
Um,
really. I hate this hallway. It's just a
okay,
kill box.
Don't. It's a death hallway. Death hallway. Don't. Okay, got a super. in
super,
the dark,
Super,
in
just
dark.
run.
He's tagged.
Dang
What?
it.
What? 4 bounces. He bounced off your body into mine, and the other super.
Ah, shoot.
Oh
I'm
wow.
sorry. I'm not comfortable
wow.
playing inside at all.
Oh wow.
At all. I can't figure
Okay.
out where to go.
Wow.
The only place I
shield
can
toss
maneuver is
though.
B.
No, it's okay. I just kind of like inside
Try
better
to-
because there's so
Nasty-
much cover
nasty
in
as
there
usual.
and a bunch of like little places you can hide. And since they're doing like really long distance, playing
Yo,
out
if
there,
y'all
just,
didn't know, it is Trap
it makes me
Nasty.
feel
That's
exposed
the OG
almost.
name for a reason.
Fair enough. We'll commit to inside more then.
All right. Yo, great job, everybody. Yo, don't get down on yourself. I feel like the team morale was dipping a little bit those last like few rounds. You know, don't get down on yourself. Get it back up. You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, True. Take your time. Take your time, True. You good?
All right, I'm good. So
All right.
what?
No.
Wanted to chat.
Happy
Okay.
wife, happy life.
GG's. Oh yeah, a couple of things. First thing, a little bit of praise. At one point during that match, you're on the outside of the map, just near the cliff, and you were in a 1v2. You threw the Axion bolt in, and then you broke for cover as it started to chase, and then you came out and you followed it in.
Yes.
You got a pick off that Axion because he was focused on the grenade, not so much you. He got tagged by the grenade. You had easy primary shots on him. And then the grenade also tagged the second guy. You almost got 2 picks off of that one grenade.
Yes.
So, I mean, a little bit better execution of your positioning on that. And that's a 2-piece, not just a weapon. But you did exactly what you needed to do. That was that is 101 how you use Axions. That's what we talked about a couple of times already today. So that was perfect execution of that.
True. She's a new light too, by the way. She's a new light. She's new to the game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Well
started
done.
Right?
August.
Awesome.
That's crazy.
Welcome to Destiny.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you in the community.
100.
Other than that, I think honestly the biggest thing that'll change your survivability in one simple step is you're coming around corners wide. Hug them. Hug those walls as you're coming around the corners, because the further away from you are, when you get into these duels, that's more ground that you have to cover to get back to safety. And in Destiny, with the TTKs being so quick, the time to kill is so quick. The more forgiveness you can build into your approach, the better. So a couple of times you went down just because you were a little too far away from cover when you got into a duel. So give yourself that opportunity, especially when you're using something like a hand cannon. One of the things about hand cannons, one of the things they're best at is the fact that they do big burst damage in a single trigger pull. But in between those trigger pulls, if you can make sure you can't be shot, that's great. So if you're close to cover and you peek out, you take a shot, and then you step back in, and then you step back out to take your next shot, you're limiting how much damage you can take, while also you're not hurting your time to kill at all, because you have a little bit of a cooldown before you can shoot again. You're just making sure you can't take damage during that cooldown. So if you learn how to do that, that's going to just skyrocket your survivability right off the rip. Be mindful of no man's lands, these spaces where there's no cover. There are a couple times you went down just because you didn't. It's kind of like a look both ways thing. So just make sure it's safe before you step into one of these places where there's no cover. Those places are really risky, especially when all 3 of your opponents are up. If you get a pick and then you want to cross through no man's land to go cover it, that's a lot less risky. But other than that, I feel like I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but first half of the match, you weren't really using the rift as a way of setting up an engagement. But then second half of the match, I noticed you do it. Like you'd go up to a corner and then you'd throw the rift down and then try to leverage it. So I don't know if that was something intentional you did or if it was just happenstance, but either way, that's exactly how you want to use those. But yeah, that's most of it from me.
Awesome. All right. For me, I'll start with one thing and then try to quickly flow through the rest. One thing is not even related to Daint. I posted a couple links in the chat, the scrims chat, and also I posted them in the Twitch chat as well. Just talking about, what you should be doing. What's your number one priority when you die? And I'm not gonna go through it, too much. You can check out the tweets that I dropped, and one example that I showed as well. You want to be wall hacks. You want to give your teammates wall hacks with your call outs. And this is Dane, this is not necessarily, towards you. I saw it. It reminded me when I saw Chris Chris went down. It wasn't Chris. Actually, it was somebody on your team. I can't tell who I was spectating or whatnot. It could have been you. But nonetheless, you want to rotate through different ghosts and through different views because you can actually spectate through your teammates. And you want to give them wall hacks. You want to give them information on angles that they can't see, that they can't access, you know? And so one of the, like, you'll check it out in the Scrim channel. Just check it out when you got the free time. The clip that I showed from me in trials is I went down on Javelin at the outside doorway and somebody was getting a flank on my body to come through the doorway and take a look at my teammates at Diamond Door inside. From their perspective, from my teammates' perspective, they're going to come from the left. You know, the flanker's going to come from the left. My teammates were already engaged in a fight on the right. They had no clue, that somebody was coming on that flank right there. So the call outs that I made to basically, again, give them wall hacks, let them know exactly when that flanker was going to appear, ended up saving that round. And we won the game based on that call out as well. So, that's your job, is to rotate through the ghosts, keep your call outs succinct, like short, to the point, the information, exactly the information that they might need. And then, don't clutter the comms from there. But that's what you should be doing when you're dead, because you literally have nothing else to do. You're dead.
Absolutely.
So that's the first thing. Let's see. Just quickly about fastball. I don't know if fastball is still bugged or not, but fastball is better with some nades than other nades. So I guess just keep that in mind. I used to run fastball almost all the time, but now I don't run it at all. And somebody said it in game. I think it was Gwen was talking to Medwing and said that, whatever you do, just, stick with what you have on and then get used to it. And that was a really great call on his part, but just keep that in mind about fastball. I'm not sure if they ended up fixing that bug. Let's see. Stay close to those reses. They come up quick and they're weird. You guys lost a round because you guys didn't hold down the pick, and then they got the res and ended up, 3v3 and winning that round again. So, you got to definitely hold down that res and be mindful of that. There was a fight that you lost, Daint, when you had high ground up top and they were pulsing from down bottom around a corner on the left. You shot off 2 ace shots, but you got flinched by their weapon. It was, the Mida. You got flinched by the Mida and your 2 shots went off.
Yep.
The whole concept is you need, that's a really basic one of where you got no damage on them, but they got all damage on you. You need to be mindful, recognize that, and pull behind cover. And that mindset in general comes in handy as you continue to play the game more. You instinctually feel if you're about to lose a fight, and then you can make the decision that, hey, I don't need to die. I don't need to trade. I don't need to die. Just back off, get your recovery. And then, you could either access the same or take a different angle. But either way, survivability, it's elimination. You get dropped, and that's already a lot of pressure that you're putting on your teammates. And especially if it's the first pick, you know what I'm going to say, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So you just instinctively will know, in more contentious fights, you'll instinctively know later on. But that was a really simple one where, again, they got all the damage on you and you got no damage on them. So just peel off and get your health and then support the rest of your team.
Absolutely.
See. That's that. Yeah. He said it. Fantastic Axion push. That was like an elite Axion push. Once you get the rest of the execution down, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna easily get those 2 picks and not die right there. That was really good. For a second, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I know you're relatively new to the game. For a second, I was like, oh, am I still watching? I was writing stuff down. Am I still watching Daint? She's relatively brand new to the game, and I'm seeing some stuff. People have been playing the game for a couple years and didn't have the degree of execution and forethought that you had behind that play. So great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Also, great job coming back to your team. I think Medwing said, hey, we're going to rotate back this way. We're going to back this way. And you're listening to those call outs and you're making sure that you're sticking with your team, which is huge, making sure that you don't because there was at least a couple times where you regroup with your team. And if you would have stayed in that position any longer, you were very responsive. That's right. If you would have stayed in that position any longer, you would have got collapsed on 1v3. Or 3v1, you would have got collapsed on 100% and taken an L. So great job being responsive to that. And Medwing called it out one time, but there was one time nobody called anything out, and you just recognized. That was great game sense. You just recognized. You you're a new light. You just recognized, you know what I'm saying, that the rest of your team was not with you, and you rotated back to them. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Some really subtle stuff, but that was beautiful. The last thing was for the entire team, and this is something that I do on stream. It's something that I do in my head all the time, and I see that you guys were doing it, and you just a great job. You know, egos are in check, and you guys are just doing a great job of both individually and as far as like the team as a whole. As soon as something something, you know, a bad play, poor play happens, you guys are automatically like, yo, Gwen said it, I probably should have placed that rift, you know, on the corner instead of in the middle. Nobody was blaming anybody for this and that. You know, Gwen was already kind of thinking ahead to what he could do better in the future to make sure that you guys had a better chance to come out on top in that engagement. And that's great. And then later on in that same exact round, Medwing was just like, yeah, as a team, I should have probably called it out better. And, you know, that this is exactly where we needed to regroup at right here, as opposed to leaving it a little bit vague. And you guys ended up taking that engagement in dark versus coming over to me, you know what I'm saying, and us all kind of being together. So just a great job as a team and both individually of just calling out, hey, this is what we could do better so we can get better, you know, get on the same page. That's the type of stuff that builds incredible teamwork and incredible like team synergy down the road. Because there's no team that just gets together and is just, you know, automatically synergized. There's always kind of just like, you know, growing pains. So you guys are doing it right. So cool. Yo, great job, Dane. It's great to have you. Great to see you. And yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, cool. We're gonna look through the eyes of Dree next. Bakes, you can go ahead and start it up.
I gotta go. I was good.
Yeah, okay. Dree, are you on your own channel?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll get it. You don't need to. Oh no, put the link still in the Scrim channel actually, because True doesn't have it probably.
Yes.
And then Bakes, like I said, Bakes, you can go ahead and start it up.
You're welcome.
Right.
Scrims.
All right, team.
Actually, we got to do this here.
Running my dad. Honestly, this is the only answer I have for sniper. Like, if there's a sniper on the field, and this is the first thing I pull out because I'm not.
Good. Mida is so good. I think Mida has been working since D1. Cannot go wrong.
Actual legend.
Especially
Hall of Famer.
Oh shit. Especially this guy.
It's you or them, Guardian.
We'll watch him like do clips and shit.
Together. Better watch out left.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm right. They're middle, one left of them.
To be honest, I'm with you this time. I'm gonna bait out.
Tunnel gaming. I don't like this. Go rotate.
I don't like
I'm
turns.
sorry.
Bad position. Yeah.
All right.
Somebody's in
they're
tunnel.
already.
They might have the same idea we do. Hold on.
It's good to see everybody. Like I said, I'm
I'm
pretty focused on this here.
Somebody
You know,
got it.
like my regulars handle the chat, make sure everybody's
Whoa,
nice and cozy and
Lehman Arc.
comfy.
I heard that.
You know, if you
I
know
got
the answer
poked,
to a
got poked.
question,
Somebody's duck.
feel free to go ahead and drop it in the chat or use a command
They
that's
threw a
familiar
nade.
to us. But appreciate you folks.
Be careful, Bakes. That's the same.
They put out the bow. Oh,
Yeah, they took out the Lehman Arc, bro. They're serious.
We were having a nice time.
Yeah, there's.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I don't have
I
a
definitely don't want to challenge. That's why they got them on Narc. Let's rotate. Rotate back.
I'm not. Oh, actually, that was good.
Ah,
Lebanon
I
is
got
kind
a
of
wild
slow. We should
axion.
push
Wild
him up.
axion.
Rotate. I don't know.
Hold on.
I'm
Somebody's
being blinked
chasing
on.
Hold on.
Chris.
There's so
blinking.
comfy.
He's
There's so
blinking.
comfy right there. We gotta rotate. You're like
I'm
super
cooking.
Buddy, you
fast.
gotta protect that.
I'm pushing him up on the other side.
Weak. One shot on my buddy. They're getting the res over there. You got nice. You got time. He's out of position.
Nice.
I missed my shotty.
Chris, come back.
If I'd have gotten that would have been so clean.
All right. Next time, Dre,
Somebody.
as soon as you die, let me know. Cause
Yeah. So like I said, no game sound because it's gonna double up. You know, I look forward to I look forward to spectator mode in pubs. I'm sorry, in private matches. I really look forward to that if that ever happens. So some games there's going to be no game sound. I don't want to have to explain it or whatnot, but nonetheless, I want to make sure that you guys can hear the call outs. So apologies on that.
I'm gonna swap right now, so I can run.
Dustfield in that rift.
I didn't anticipate they would pull out late.
Shoot this down. Shoot this down.
Yeah, we need this. I'm.
All right, they're set up. We can't do anything here. We should rotate.
Okay, they needed that. That's gonna drop. That's gonna drop.
I might switch to post or something.
I put a turn out.
You gotta shoot this guy with me.
Sure, it's doing work.
Don't peek yet. I'm not ready.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Yes, Rez. Nice. Good
Hurt,
job.
baby.
That actually worked out in our favor.
Well, the thing is, it requires multiple shots to kill that, and if you're running a bow, it's gonna be kind of like unless you take out the SMG, but now you're getting slowed, so it's like kind of.
Hey, let's push through their spawn. Let's push through their spawn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because they're looking for the long range.
Yeah.
All the way back here.
That's all of them. That's all of them.
Go
Right.
Okay. We're gonna get pushed.
One pushing
mid.
up.
I
Hand
gotta bounce.
cannon. There's two on my body. Somebody's alone.
I got
Nice
one.
pick.
I'm not pushing yet.
All right, they
I'm throwing
grouped up. They
cold
grouped up.
snap, enhanced. I'm hurt.
You can get the rest.
I'm gonna throw another cold snap.
You gotta try and get the rest. Get the rest. Prioritize
He's
the rest.
frozen.
I'm watching.
Got it.
Maybe not.
I'm weak. He hit.
You gotta push this?
I'm pushing him.
Oh, we got a body. You don't have to push. Be careful.
We have 2 weeks, so make sure you guys
Yeah,
are not
that
playing too
was-
safe.
We definitely should have pushed there.
Yeah, we
like-
definitely should have pushed that.
Because we can't. Realistically, we can't play
Yeah.
their game as far as like letting them peek. They have. It's
Plus, they
double-
were kind of separated too. They're playing different angles.
And I saw one put out a rift, so it was kind of just like.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's push
Yeah,
together if we
at
can.
least that's what
Should be on the knock and the other ones are weak.
He hit me with an arrow as soon as
If he
you
had
me though,
time
so
to
I
put
couldn't
a
push
rift
yet.
down.
And we had the body.
So you feel more comfortable just playing the restless one? Like
You always
the
want to
body?
protect the body. There's no reason to push them if
Okay,
we have a body.
we can do
have
that.
control of the map.
I just I'm a little more aggressive than that. So. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Threw an Axion at me.
Axion. That's
Oh my,
galley.
what? Was that okay?
Watch the right, bottom right.
My
One's pushing,
oh no,
one's
he's pushing it.
one's
I can't get the res yet. Let me
That's a dawn. That's a
just play
dawn.
back. Just let it. Don't challenge that.
Spread,
Just
spread,
wait.
spread.
Just wait.
They're gonna want to play that dawn.
They're all three just
Fine.
sitting in the
Yeah.
well.
wait.
Yeah, they can sit in the well.
They're gonna get heavy.
They already got heavy. Remember, that's what killed you. The Gallahorn.
No, I got killed by a Nate.
Yeah, the Gallahorn shoes and horses. Is it out yet?
They split up. The well's still up, but they're all out of it. One went back. He's frozen. There's two over there.
That's one.
So last guy,
I'm
she's
stay on
getting
left
over. Be
side.
careful.
I don't have any more ammo.
You gotta push together there if you're gonna push.
She baited me. That
Nice
was a
try.
nice play. I thought she was gonna get the rest.
Ooh, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it?
I don't know what to run here, dog. I'm not even gonna hold you. Give me a sec. I'm gonna swap to a pulse.
And my AirPods died a little bit.
So everybody
I'm making
switching
it on
very late.
symmetry. Nah, can't
Super.
do sim.
We gotta win this one. So just play safe. Don't push anything by yourself.
Again, nothing on radar. Yeah, they're inside. Just set them in there.
Okay, one of them's lagging really bad.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
that.
one has
They
a
got
little bit of
really
delay.
nice. Chris, you're alone.
Dre, okay, good. I put a rift in the back.
Stay in the dust field. You got
Far
damage
back,
resistance there.
What a
Oh my
clean-
god. That's a nice Nova. We're letting them set up. I don't like Rifts and Bemis.
Couldn't really there wasn't anything we could do about that.
Biggest comeback of all time? Yes.
We can't let them have the middle.
That one,
We gotta
no,
get
no.
there first.
Well, we can't really push them from mid side.
They
Like
need
this.
range to make this work. So as long as we're already there,
Okay. Okay, I see what you're getting at.
compromise.
I'm hurt. I'm dead. Empowering. Yo, what?
I couldn't. You guys went down. No.
What?
Okay.
Pushing through the middle is just so horrible because they're already beaming middle together.
Okay.
So the best play there was to go through the tunnels so
Nah,
you don't get
we-
beamed pushing up.
We got
You know what I mean? Yeah. Jeez.
to get cheese is pretty hard. That was hard to fight. I'm not even gonna hold you.
No, we could have had that. We could have. I just played better.
You think so? What would have been the play for sure?
They would have been. You said
I
one
don't know
more
what the
comeback.
play was.
Huh?
That was
All right, we got a hype train going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yo, big love, true. Big love to everybody. Thank you for the biddies, the subs. I appreciate you folks. Let's get it. Yo, Martin, hold it down, baby.
nice.
So much fun.
That was fun to play once for sure.
All right.
Hello.
True, what you got for us, baby?
Yeah, we're a little
What we got?
this game.
Yeah, GG. I would say, oh, yeah, so some praise and some other stuff to call attention to. First and foremost, with the Hawk Moon, just remember your exotic perk. Because there's a couple of times, like there's one time where you 3-tapped a guy, all headshots, you got 3 stacks, and the very
Did I
first thing you do
reload?
is reload the gun. And I'm like, no!
As a Hawk
No, I
Moon main,
just-
I saw it and I was just like, but I knew True would see it too.
I was like, just remember, you're queuing that thing up for some sick plays,
Yeah.
and then so just be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Round 1, by the way, you had this moment on that very last guy where I'm like, she's way too far away with that shot. Yeah, she's toast. And then he had the shoulder charge, and you're right on top of him. Like that, the execution there was almost flawless. You whiffed the shotgun coming out of it, but
Yeah.
otherwise, I've been the other guy where I'm like, this is an easy kill, and then suddenly they're in my face with a shotgun, and that's scary. Like
Yeah.
you almost
that
had
was
that.
so
That was really good use of the shoulder charge for sure. Even if you didn't land the shotgun, that was otherwise very well done. There was one of the one round you guys won. You had a really good sub in where you even called out. You're like, I'm not ready. You were getting your health back. Your teammate pushed out,
Yeah.
got 2 picks, and then he was weak. And then you subbed in. Like the second you were ready, you were back in and subbed in and got that last kill. So that was well timed. I will also say you were right with your read, and you were trying to communicate it too. You guys had I think it was the very next round. You guys had a body down, and then you landed a couple of primary shots and an Axion bolt, and you had both of them no shields and weak, and they had both broken for cover. And that is exactly the right moment. You crossed through no man's land while they were weak. And your teammates, you even called out. They should have been with you. I think you were right on that. Instead of staying back and playing the body, that was, if there was a moment to push a team that is very defensive, that was it. So you just didn't have the support on that push, but that was the right call. That round could have gone to you guys. Other than that, you had a really nice pick the round after that one where you caught somebody off guard trying to go through the dark tunnel. You shot him once in the back with the primary, and then they kind of went into dark and turned around ready to take you on, but your push was textbook. You primed them up with the primary, and then you came in high with the shotgun over their line of sight. They had to react to your presence. It was too late. You got the kill. That was textbook. Other than that, the last thing I'd say is with your super, pop and cover, and that's it.
Yep.
If you kind of waited to hit the ground and then popped in cover, then you would have had a little bit more time to react to the Nova and stuff. Other than that, you had a lot of good plays, and I think that a lot of your reads were actually spot on.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely agree with that. True got most of it, so that was great.
Sorry.
No, that's great. That's great. We got limited time, so that's perfect. Plus I like the springboard off of you all anyway. You pop behind cover, of course. All three of them were there. So honestly, you pop behind cover, throwing your shield, you would have gotten all of them, and that'd have been round. You know. The thing I gotta say about that I wrote next to it is never give up. Never give up. 1-5, it don't matter. You know. I know I'm about to get my super soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get my super, so it's just like never give up. That was a round right there. You might have been able to make that comeback if you can. If this is it. You know, if you get down rounds, especially major rounds like a 1-5, even a 0-5. I'm sorry, a 1-4. You know, like 2-4, whatever else. The biggest thing that you got to look out for is their supers coming out, and if you can combat their supers, if you can counter their supers and clean up rounds, and basically negate their supers, and if you guys continue to play coordinated and execute nicely as a team, stay focused, easy comeback. You know, I mean, you know, relatively speaking, you know, like not easy comeback, but it happens more than you think is all I'm saying. So many games, me and my teammates, you know, I'm doing help or whatever else, and we go down. Usually it's my fault because I'm the flanker and I go down. Yeah, we go down like 0-2, 0-3, 0-4, or something like that. And then we focus up, we group up, we plan out. We know when you go down that deep, you know their supers are coming out before yours, or at the very least, you're gonna have to actually counter them. Like you're not going to end the game before those supers come up. So we're already planning. What are we going to do about this super? What are we going to do about this super? What are we going to do about this super? So when it comes up, everybody knows what they're doing already. Oh, we got no supers and we got no counter. As soon as that Dawn Blade comes up, we're rotating. Everybody rotate off of that. Okay, one person died. Okay, cool.
Really
oh,
nice
they're out of their super. They're out of their super. All right, let's collapse on them. Oh, now we got the body. And on top of that, we're going to get the res that they just dropped, and they're down a super. Now it's a 3v2. And, you know, the enemy team has to either pop another super or something else. I mean, it's just a multitude of options that you have if you are already planning in advance with regards to those supers. And the supers coming out on the opposing team when you're down deep like that is really the biggest threat that you have. Otherwise, it's just an elimination game. It's just gunplay, and it's just coordination. So never give up and just plan it out. There's contingencies for everything. Let me see, and don't underestimate the power of a clutch, huge play, motivating the rest of your team to get their shit together, so that everybody can get coordinated and come back. Let me see. First thing I'll note is literally the first round. You had a great flank with your hand cannon on the Le Monarch. You know, Gwen didn't even see you when you came through that tunnel. Commit to that. If you're taking the flank, take the fight. If you're taking the flank, take the fight, you know? Now, that being said...
Yeah, the Axion hit, too. I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah. Axion hit and everything. And Gwen got distracted by the Axion. You got that sweet-ass flank, and you pulled off. He didn't even see you, and you got 2 shots on him, and you still pulled off. So because you got spooked that, you know, his teammates were actually, like, deeper in right there. But nonetheless, your teammates weren't shooting at you. You were alive. That's what I meant earlier with regards to... If you're gonna, like, first of all, if you take the flank, take the fight, unless you just on the radar notice that you can't even peek that corner. Obviously, there's exceptions, but you peek the corner, you get shots on them, you're not weak at all. Take the rest of that fight, clean that player up or whatnot. And if you end up getting weak, that's when you come back behind cover. But you were literally full health right there, and you could have gotten that pick, you know, with your gun. Like, So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Great flank. Commit to it. You know, continue to work on more precise callouts. I know that's something for everybody. Check the rules callout channel in the Discord for like some of the maps. I need to update the rest of the maps so that you guys have the rest of the maps callouts. Let me see. You made the call out for a potential swap to a pulse, but you never did the swap, and that might have actually like helped you out. You might have been able to do a little bit more work and make a little bit more of an impact with the pulse on. Maybe not, but maybe so. So just keep that in mind. That's not necessarily a negative or a positive. Let me see. I'm with True on that 3v1 push. I'm sorry, not no. I'm sorry. That push, you know, when they were hiding behind that cover and you guys had the body, you ended up getting like 102, 105 damage on one of them, you know, and then you ended up getting something like 50, 60 on the other or whatnot. That's a 3v2 with 2 people weak. One person's on health, doesn't even have white anymore, is down to red. That's a great push. You guys coordinate that push, you're good. The two things that were kind of unfortunate there, one thing is kind of minor unfortunate. They were actually, I think they might have been sitting in a rift, which is kind of irrelevant. I still would have made that push. But the biggest unfortunate thing was the big unfortunate is I think that Bakes just so happened to get hit by that Le Monarch. So, you know, he couldn't necessarily push right there. But if I were Bakes, I still would have, to be honest. Like, you push as a team, you win as a team, you lose as a team, you know. But that was a good push because you got so much damage and you had two people that were full health, and Bakes was the only one that was not. So keep that in mind. Like I said, you push as a team. I'm gonna just reinforce that. You push as a team when you're making that type of push. Just go.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
The same thing that I said before with regards to being decisive individually, you're decisive as a team as well. It's not about the right or the wrong. You guys will figure out, you know, in 2020 hindsight, whether that was the right play or not. You'll talk about it afterwards, and you'll come up with what you're going to do next time, whether it's the same thing or something different. But nonetheless, be decisive, and that's going to win you more than not. Let's see. There's not much left. Let me see. That's about it. The last thing I'll say is something that I do say like all the time. It's just like, you guys had a 2v1. I think it was against Gwen, I believe. You guys had a 2v1. And you guys, you guys split. A good solid rule of thumb that has very few exceptions is when you have a teammate down and it's only two of you, you don't split. You stay together as two.
Yeah.
And you guys
I
ended
know
up
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you guys ended up losing that round because yep. I think it was a 2v.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a 2v2. I think that Chris might have gotten somebody down eventually, but he ended up going down because he actually ended up pushing into a 1v2 because Gwen and his teammate ended up doing the right thing, which was making sure that they were together, and they took advantage of the fact that you know, your teammate ended up pushing in 1v2. Stick together. 2v2, 2v3, 2v1. It does not matter. There are very few exceptions to that rule where you actually end up splitting. And one of the only exceptions I can think of is maybe if you have, you know, one of your teammates has a super. But if one of your teammates has a super, even then it's still probably best to stick with them. But the one person still probably doesn't engage very heavy. It's not an aggressive engagement. You know, if you don't have if you're the other person that doesn't have the super, they kind of passively lean back until they see that, you know what I'm saying, their teammate is, their teammate is actually getting the aggro of the entire team so that now they can push up behind them and peek. But still, like I said, I would just stay with my teammate. So good rule of thumb again.
Yeah.
Like, I can't overstate it. If it's two people left in your team, stick together. Don't split 1-1. It's just a bad split, like 99% of the time.
Yeah, situation.
Cool.
You're right. Yes. Thank you.
All right. Good job.
Thank you for feedback.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and lock down the last person. And that last person is, who's that last person? Is it Gwen?
No, it's Chris, I think. Chris?
Is it Chris? Oh, that's right, because Chris wasn't here when I called him out before. All right, start it up. The stream.
Whoops.
As soon as your stream started up, then we'll go ahead and tell Bakes. 1 second. Is your stream on Twitch or is your stream here in Discord?
It's in Discord.
Nope, it's not on. Nope, not yet.
No? All right, let me get that going.
Gary in chat says, yo, my call outs, yeah, before I even shoot the bullet, I'm calling out their one shot. Oh, God. Take it easy, Gary. I ain't never playing on your team.
Let me know.
All right, your stream is, yes, your stream is now on. Perfect. Do you have HDR on or something?
I do.
Yeah, it's
Should I change it?
It's washed out. If you can, yeah, it's washed out. If it's not going to affect your gameplay, it's washed out, so it's tough to see.
Is it better?
Go back to the orbit scene. Yeah, it's better. It's better for sure.
Okay.
Cool. Bake, start it up whenever you're ready. Let's get it. Last one. All right, chat. Woo! All right, last one. Leave Gary alone. He's cute.
Anybody else gonna pull the bow out?
No, we always gonna mess with Gary.
No, I think we should just play on the main. Like I said, I'll try to play a little more conservative.
Yeah, if they're gonna lay back with Monarch, I would rather just control the map. Like the cap points in that tunnel, they're gonna be at a disadvantage if it goes to points. So
Yeah. Okay.
Appreciate you folks being here today.
Sounds good.
Like I said, hopefully folks are finding
You're all work?
value
Cool
in
house.
the commentary.
What did you get to eat?
Big love to True Vanguard for blessing us with the time today. I know that man is super busy with you know his
somebody's up here.
his content and his family. So
It looks like running. Same.
They're in tunnel already.
this is still pretty washed
Yeah,
out.
they're
but
definitely waiting.
It'll be alright.
Ooh, here you go. Here you go.
I'm okay. Thank you.
And we could take this. We could eat that. We could eat that.
Yeah, we're fine. They're throwing everything.
Only 1 minute left.
They backed
lot
up
of
because I threw a cold
goodies.
snap.
Yeah, they can't push through there.
Okay, that's like everything in the kitchen sink. That guy's flesh.
Super campy right now.
Damn it.
I'm okay. I tagged 2 for half shield. They're pushing up because they have me flesh.
Is buddy?
Got
Flesh.
30 seconds remaining.
Got Danny. Trying to see.
The Monarch's staring down the tunnel.
They have a
Messenger. That's a messenger. I'm on left.
Somebody's just hanging out with my nade.
They threw a nade at my corridor. I'm crouching. I'm pretty sure he didn't know that was me. Okay, they're
I got
in
a
tunnel
nade for
now.
cap point.
Sudden death. The suspense is killing me.
I don't see anybody. Okay.
They're split.
Zero down this guy behind.
One opponent left. They don't stand a
He's on the other side. Watch out with that thing in the middle.
This is it.
I think
He won't chase.
GG's.
The
Whole
crystal.
passive.
Trust them.
The
So
crystal.
I'm so not used to the passive.
The crystal.
Belongs to your team.
Okay, they're playing a bit closer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they realize they gotta be controlling the map.
Really throwing everything. Just sitting there. It's kind of
They give
frustrating.
something a shot.
Same plan. We're
Use
not
the
changing until they take that bow off.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play this one.
Alright, I'm on the way.
They're pushing around on the other side of the tunnel.
Yeah, let's see.
Alright.
We can just play this,
bottom
honestly.
right.
We don't even need to chase them at all.
I got hit by that
We
on
can
the
just
week.
kill her.
They're in tunnel now. Okay.
1 minute.
Take that again. I'm gonna take this.
I'm just nading that. I'll back them off.
Riff in corner.
This is so cringe.
Yeah,
Never.
I'm pretty bored.
It's
I
on
just
Forge.
want to-
Honestly, yeah, it's on Forge, man.
2 on the right.
I don't see anybody on left at all. I really want to get into this, but I hate peeking and getting domed.
Yeah, no. Save your abilities.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I still have a cold
What's
snap.
right?
No,
I know
my
I-
nade's coming up every 10 seconds. I'm good.
Alright. Take this.
Are they flanking us?
Alright.
There's 2 on our back.
We have the side right here. Just take over this.
Okay,
Nah, guys, we didn't need to challenge that
I
at
got
all.
you back. No, you're
We
right.
didn't need to challenge that at all. We could have just taken where they were at.
The turn slowing.
The tiebreaker is active. Take the point.
Alright, there's no more turret.
They're all just sitting there in a
Nice.
rift.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we didn't need to push that. We didn't need to push that
Yeah,
side.
you
at
got
all.
it. You're right.
Yeah, if they try to
Absolutely.
flank us like that, just rotate around to where they were.
Yeah, to where they were.
I'm having an
We
identity
had the
crisis,
advantage right
dog.
there.
We have a
I can't like. It's a
I know,
long
it's
map.
boring as hell, but
I
do what you gotta do.
It's a long range map. They're playing in, out, in.
They're already here. Watch
Okay.
out.
Pushing
Oh
up.
wow.
Up to carelessly.
Hey, they want to play.
Hey.
Let's wrap
Ooh.
around. Let's wrap around.
Rotate, yeah.
I like the call. I like the call.
We can take the right side.
We'll put this here since we're
Watch
in
my
the
right.
tunnel. Yeah, you're getting. Yo, Dre, push that.
Okay, we can push this. I'm with you.
There's one back here
I got
alone
pushed on the
behind
left-hand
us.
side.
It's okay. I'll get you.
Yeah, you can.
I got you.
Yeah, we have that
I'm
orb on the right.
And we have the body. Play the safe.
Yeah, we're chilling. We're chilling.
I'm completely safe. Nobody's over here.
Loading.
They're on the right side down there.
Nice try.
He's running. Watch this.
Left-hand side tunnel. I have 2.
Yeah, I see that.
I don't know if we get this round.
There's only one in the
I don't
tunnel.
know either.
Yeah, I don't think we get this round. Might as well just wait it out and get super because.
Yeah. Agree.
Or we. Wait.
I'm okay. Do you think he'll run away? Like,
I'm trying.
Nice. Take out the sword.
I'm trying to take out the sword. It's not coming out. God damn.
Yeah. I just finished right now. So, I don't know how we can play this since they're playing so defensively.
Nah, they're not playing defensively now. We can meet them.
Best team with it.
They have another Nova.
So
We gotta watch that Nova because she's been doing this.
They're gonna use it. I'm ready to go pick this. If they want to have heavy, let them have it.
No, I gotta pick.
Okay,
One shot
I'm
on
right
the
behind
right
you.
side.
That's
He did
another.
nothing with the heavy.
No. Gotta wait. I really wanna push.
I got your body.
Nice.
Hey.
Okay.
Thank you, Rai. Yo, Kitsu, thank you so much for the follow.
That was clean. That was a clean snipe.
Thank you. I have my super.
Okay. I have 1 cold snap.
I'll see where they're at. And if we can...
They're playing back
Push
again.
up this time.
Yeah, I think it's like, hey, you guys.
You think we could body and you just body him with the sniper?
Oh,
Okay,
guess you are
Dre pushed him.
alone. Oh, you got super.
There it is. The ricochet.
Yeah, I have to wait a little bit. I'll try. What's the number?
Loading.
Got her.
Nice.
I'll take the bait. I'll be the bait. Me. I'm fine with that. They wasted the super.
Yeah.
He probably thought that was the shield.
Yeah.
The bada bing,
I have
bada
the
bing.
one
Alright, I
more.
got silence and squall.
Yeah, and I'm about to have.
You can just
We'll
send
lock
this.
They used the well early too, so they're not gonna get any works from
They
that.
got one more coming up.
Watch it.
Watching our flank. I'm
Nice.
watching flank.
I'm with you. Push on this.
You bugging?
I'm gonna put a shield here.
Here's a res.
Remember that you have the over shield.
Not the body.
Push that together. Push that together.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
sure.
Please focus on me.
Got him. Good shit.
Hi, Find
I
me.
love these things, dude. I'm back up. I have another cold snap.
But you
It
guys,
won't be aggressive because we got super. So
Yeah, I know.
I think we should be
I'm
aggressive.
gonna try and bait them out
Or
again.
wait, one's alone far left.
Nice. It's okay.
I missed that somehow. All right.
Please on.
Running up to the tunnel.
Hey, yo.
I can't see him anymore.
Guys, I thought I was gonna die.
But
Balls
You made it. Nice. Let's go.
Nice job, guys. Nice job. That was really nice.
Good comeback.
I think I'm not better there.
nice, clean.
I thought I was gonna fall on my dad.
Energize is all good.
You win some, you lose some. You have fun in
Oh,
the
yeah.
process. GG.
Absolutely.
GG to you, Drake, Bakes, and Raven. That was
GGs.
fun. Revan, sorry.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, good job, everybody. Good job.
Thank you.
Woo. All right, True. What you got for us, homie?
All right, I'll just go right down the list in order of chronologically when stuff went down. The first thing I'm actually gonna say is chronologically, Dree. On that, is it Dree or Dre? I want to say it right. Dree?
It's Dree. It's Dree.
Dree.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Round one. Chris was in the middle of a rift animation and did not notice until it was too late that he was getting flanked on the left, and he was about to get caught in a rift animation. And I was like, oh no, he's gonna go down. And then barricade, bam, right there, right in front of him, perfectly covered him. The guy had to back off the flank. Like that. I don't know if that was on purpose or not.
Yeah, I wanted to overshield.
Flawless.
Thank
like
you.
I don't know if you were you
the line of sight on the left as well.
Yeah, so were you reacting to that radar ping, or was that just a preeminent, I want to make sure this angle's covered?
No, I knew he was on the right and the other person was on the left.
Well,
so I knew that.
It was perfect, because that he would have gone. Your teammate would have gone down had you not done it. So that was just well timed. And then back to Chris. So I think it was also round one. You got that first pick with the pulse, and then the very first thing you did after you got that pick, you waited for your teammates to come to help cover that body, and then as soon as they got there, you broke off to the left and wrapped around to the flank of the small door, and the grenade whiffed. I think you just kind of hit the wall with it, but that was a perfect flank. Like that was textbook. If that grenade goes through the door and that cold snap tracks left and goes for the guy out there, that would have been a easy second pick for you guys. So very well done on that flank. That was good thinking. If the execution was there, that would have panned out really, really well. A few rounds in, you guys are starting to get a little tired of the loadouts on the other team, and this is something I'm very guilty of. So this is me talking from experience. I'm really bad at this too. Saying clouding up the comms with things like "this is cringe," "this is getting boring," stuff like that. It adds nothing of value. It certainly doesn't help morale. Try and refocus that, because I do the same thing. The challenge is to refocus that frustration into generating a plan to cope with those things, but complaining about them adds nothing of value, certainly in the moment. So keep an eye on that. You guys also noted that, man, we're always just, they're close, they're far, they're close, they're far. You're always reacting to what the other team is doing. At that point in the match, you were just constantly reacting to what they were doing, but you didn't go into the round with a plan. You were always halfway up into the map before you started to generate a plan with the team. So make sure you start the round with a plan. That way you're not always just reacting to what they're doing. Make them react to what you're doing every now and then too. And that'll help you earlier in those matches generate a little bit of momentum. Let's see. The sword play, you had the right idea when they dropped the well on cap point, Chris, and you were like really trying to get that sword knocked down. The timing would have been tight, but you had a cold snap up there. If they're in a well and you toss that cold snap in and you make them deal with that cold snap, then you don't have to keep peeking in and out. You could just stand out there and get those shots on the sword unabated. I mean, it might not have panned out, but it would have bought you a little bit of time too. So just keep an eye on your cooldowns. Other than that, on round 4, you did this like zigzagging in and out of cover with the shotgun to get those first 2 picks, and then Dree came in and snagged the third one with the snipe. But that was perfect. You gave your team, powerful position to work with, plenty of cover to work with, because you slid in and got that first pick, and then slid right back into cover, took a different route, and then cut back in with the shotgun for the second pick. And as soon as you got that second pick, you broke for cover again with that one little box that's out there in the middle of no man's land. Like, that was flawless. That was perfect stuff. So kudos on that. Good job on your team. You guys split up. You stayed in the same area, but you split up when you were in the 3v1 against the Nova bomb. So you baited out the Nova. Even if one of you goes down, the other 2 can clean it up easy peasy. So that was well done. Props on that play. Round 6, the Bleak Watcher play that you made was textbook. I don't know if you even remember this, but you were heading into dark. and someone was cutting in from the opposite side of the map down the long hallway on Dark Hall, and you threw the Bleak Watcher in, and the second you heard the shots, because they're now shooting your Bleak Watcher turret, that was like a textbook aggro pull with the Bleak Watcher, and then you slid in and basically team fired with your Bleak Watcher to secure the kill. So that was perfectly executed. And the last thing that you did well on the final round is when you pop your super. A lot of people make this mistake. They treat Shadebinder like Dawnblade, and it's not Dawnblade. A lot of people go high with it. You stayed low. So the second, like, you pushed out into a 1v2 with your super, and the first guy was baiting the corner with a shoddy, and which was a good play. If you had gone high and both of those guys could see you, because the other one was behind that like table, he couldn't see you because you stayed low. That was perfect. Like, if you go high, you might get team fired and die there, but you stayed low. That was well done. That's all I got.
Yeah,
Thank you.
perfect. Yep. Play the corner. Like, Shadebinder, the way that I think about it is, if somebody's gonna play a corner like that, like, you peek shoot them out of shotgun range, and these days kind of out of fusion range as well. Like, you could always just play it a little. I mean, obviously, just like True said, the general concept is don't expose yourself to more than one person, enemy teammate at a time. That's just a general rule of thumb, but particularly obviously when you're in super, which is your most powerful tool, right? So with Shadebinder, for me, the way that I think about it is it tracks, right? All you need is just to see them, see them and shoot it off. As soon as it's off, you can generally, like go back around the corner and it's going to tag them. And then you just, throw it up, knock them out, eliminate them, and then move on to the next. So I agree with True. Like, you did a great job of using that super, of ensuring that you didn't waste it and that you knew where enemies were before you ended up tossing them out. So just a really efficient use of that super right there. Man, let's see here, because we finishing off. Great job first round, expecting nades. Like, this is something, like, everybody's got a full nade first round. Keep that in mind. They're generally going to come out. And if anybody gets a tag, if the enemy team gets a tag off of one nade, you can generally expect the rest of the nades to come out. It's the only round where for sure that everybody's got a nade. So anticipate it, and I thought you guys did a great job of kind of, locking your area down, making sure that you had equipment set to recover from those nades, because almost every single nade from everybody came out that round. So let's see here. Just like True said, great job after that two-piece. You were mindful in the moment, and you said it. I saw it happening, and then you said it right afterwards. You know what? I should probably chill. We all saw the cogs turning where you're just like, you know what?
That's right.
We all saw, I want this three-piece. True Vanguard is here. I want this three-piece. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'll get it in front of True again. I'm trying to get it. But you were just like, I'm gonna humble myself, make sure that I stay alive, because True and Tony are gonna be talking to DMs later about how I screwed it up. So great job. You know what I'm saying? Great job. Just great mindfulness. There's no reason in elimination for you to go down if you don't have to. Like, the only time that you choose to go down is when you get that trade basically, or you get like a buku amount of damage on multiple teammates with that trade, and your teammates, can move into an advantageous position to knock out everybody. So good job. Let me see. True said it. I don't have to go into it too much. Complaining, we all do it. We all get frustrated with different play styles, different weapons. There's no exceptions in PvP. If somebody's got to be the Dalai Lama of Zen, I don't know if they if they 100% don't get frustrated about anything. So, but complaining on the comms, not productive at all. But the great thing is you all came together after that round. You guys ended up winning 5-2. So you guys came together after that round, got it together in your heads, got the team coordination together. And man, that 6th round, I wrote it down. That 6th round where you guys ended up pushing through dark was damn near textbook. It was beautiful. Dree was basically IGLing, in-game leading, making the call outs and coordinating the pushes. That barricade was beautiful. The rift behind the barricade to ensure as well was beautiful. The fact that that barricade was like, I'm gonna just say it again, that barricade was beautiful. It's sectioned off the left and the right, but also the right, isolated themselves away from Gwen, away from their teammate, to the degree that if you wanted to, both of y'all with a rift and a barricade right there, overshield and the recovery, you literally could just push both of them right through the shield, and they had no recourse. So I mean, they ended up going down a different way, but you guys ended up taking it out anyway. And then the push on Gwen, the 3v1, the aggression there when you have that 3v1, like unless Gwen has a super, there's no reason not to do that, and nobody died. As they shouldn't in a 3v1 for the most part. Everybody played their life. Just great job. That round was beautiful, and the coordination after, because I was really worried when you guys were having that frustration that second or third round. So great job on coming back together. That's literally exactly the way you're supposed to do it. So good head on his shoulder. Let me see. I'll say that the round that you guys lost to Cap Point. Paying attention to the time. The round that you guys lost with cap point in tunnel, Dree, you've got all the equipment on the Titan, especially on Titan. You've got all the equipment to lock that down, especially on that map where they have to go through your barricade or around your barricade. So that barricade should have gone like straight up blocked off that doorway, Plan for it. You know that thing is coming up. You told your teammates, you were so focused on the fact that your teammates overextended and died right there that you just gotta accept it in the moment. You can talk about that later. You can talk about that later. Yeah. Now Cap Point's about to come up. Barricade entire area. Get your overshield. Sit on that Cap Point. Don't hesitate. You hesitated for a second. Sit on that Cap Point. You're on a Titan with controlled demolition. You got fists, girl. You got fists. And I didn't even know that you were running controlled demolition until you ended up meleeing someone in there, and they got the purple swirl or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You got fists. Pull out that shotgun. If you don't have shotgun ammo, pull out the primary. Try to get a little bit of damage by peek shooting as they come in. Focus on that one and just melee. You know what I'm saying? Just melee. Yeah. In the end, it's about, again, being decisive, because you were so, I can't make this any more clear. You were so focused on your teammates going down that you definitely could have executed better and faster to get on that Cap Point. And even when you were in the tunnel, the cross section tunnel right there, you stepped off the Cap Point, then you got back on the Cap Point. You were just wiggling right there, just like, sit on it, girl. Sit on it.
I was hesitant.
Yep. And they got to push it. You literally have no other play there. They push on you. Yes, unfortunately, it's a disadvantage, but nonetheless, you got fisticuffs. You're on a Titan.
I think it was also the one round where I switched to sniper. And I was like, dang it, I should have kept the shot.
What have I done?
Yeah. It was,
it's all good.
Right.
All good. That's all good. It's all good. Decisive. I think that's just about it. Last thing, piggyback again off of what Drew said, but I'll say something slightly different. Concise call-outs, like I know we talked a good amount about like Dree, but this a lot of this applies really to just the team in general. It was more of a team thing that I was looking at. Concise call-outs. I think it was Chris. Chris, you were on those comms, just chatting it up, bro. Just chatting it up, It's just like, keep them nice and clean, nice and short. Call out only what's necessary and focus up, because you guys were talking over each other a little bit, and that's a distraction. And especially folks that are more easily distracted, it's just gonna mess up. So practice concise call-ups, because y'all know I'm chatty, so it's something that I try to be very, very mindful of, especially when I'm dead. Like I said it before, and this is the last thing I'll say, and then we'll outro it. I said it before, like when I'm dead, I try to make those crispy call-outs, give my teams the wall hacks, by telling them exactly where the enemy team is and what they're doing, so that they can react faster, hopefully, than they otherwise would. But I don't call out anything more than that, because I don't want to distract my teammates. And you just got to trust your teammates to make the right calls based on the information that you're given. You guys can talk about 20/20 hindsight stuff like later after the game, but there's no need to distract your teammates at that point. So cool. Yo, great job, Chris. Great job, everybody.
Yeah, it's fun watching y'all play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice to have you guys here and tell us, and so we can improve on.
Yeah, I hope that you guys found value in it. Most definitely, we want to special thanks to True Vanguard, of course. True, I'm never like I'm so busy. I'm not on Twitch that much outside of like streaming. I completely forgot that a while back you switched to YouTube. You know, I completely forgot. So make sure folks are following. Tez, if you don't mind spamming the YouTube link there, it is youtube.com/True Vanguard. True Vanguard. You know, he got it shortened over there. So make sure you follow and support the homie there. I truly appreciate your time, man. Like, thank you so much. Because like I said,
no
I know
sweat. Yeah, I enjoyed
busy,
it.
family man. Yeah. So thank you. And hopefully we can get you back again on some spare time. Yeah. Cool.
Sounds good, man.
All right. Big love, and I'll let you get to it. Yo, have a great day, brother.